the mists of ancient time, a poet sings of great deeds wrought by mighty heroes, of monsters slain and justice restored, of wise counsel and devious strategies, of courage, valor, and daring, defiant of the gods themselves. On their way back home from the war, the heroes have become lost among strange islands populated by mythical creatures, dangerous villains, legendary kingdoms, and desperate people, each entangled in strife at the mercy of the capricious gods. It falls to you as the epic heroes of your age to seize this opportunity for greatness, to set things right in these lost lands, overcome the trials of the gods, monsters, and mortals, prove the glory of your name, and win your way back home.
Lost my pencil.
Greetings, people of Earth! My name is Rob Wheeland. I am an author, game designer, and professional nerd. And tonight, I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly neighborhood local streaming group, where we play all of the great RPGs outside of Dungeons & Dragons and bring you along into a world where everybody is struggling not to laugh at jokes that we made 2 seconds before we started.
Jokes on
World of pure imagination.
Yeah, not pure at all. Absolutely not pure.
Impure imagination.
Tonight is our third game of the Evil Hat Productions mythic Greek hero RPG Agon. Now, this is normally where we would be broadly gesticulating towards books and things like that, but this game is still in production by the fine folks at Evil Hat. So you're getting a glimpse into the future of this particular game. Man, we've got a lot of kabuki shit going on all over. So we are going to be taking you on a journey with our players into a heroic world of Greek myth, where they're going to fight monsters, right wrongs, and build their legends to be remembered throughout the spate of history. Excuse me. So tonight, or at the end of every session, the players go through an end of game ritual that chooses the leader for the next session, and tonight that leader is our lovely and talented Pasiphae, and I feel like, man.
For podcast listeners, I need you to know that Ethan just knocked over all of my very well arranged dice.
And it was my
Anthony! Go away! Don't touch them!
Frankly, I'm glad that Tawny is going to be the leader of this group because they're pretty rambunctious. Like, I mean, I have a definite feeling of like that teacher the day before they've taken the day off before winter break, and you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna wheel in the TV.
I think Tawny's just the sub
that wasn't expecting.
Right.
You best believe if I'm the sub, I'm gonna put you in order. You done fucked
She's
up,
gonna hit
Jay
you with so
Orden.
many spreadsheets. All right.
She's the. Sorry.
So,
I
as I was saying before we started, we're going to keep this a very tightly run ship. As you can see, we're off to a great start.
Sorry, folks.
So, if you have not, if you want more in-depth discussion of who these characters are and where they're coming from, or have not experienced our adventures in the past, they're all available on either our YouTube channel, or our podcast edition that is chopped up into small ear-hole size hour-long bursts. But tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to go around the table, introduce all of our players. They're going to introduce themselves, they're going to introduce their character, and they're going to talk about what their most memorable moment from last session was. We do this every time so that people get to take a moment to reflect on the cool things that happened in the previous session, and also because inevitably at least one person at the table is like, and that's kind of fun to watch. So, without further ado, Adobe, let's get started with our player introductions.
Hello, I am Tony Cheek, and I am playing Polybius, the iron-minded Polybius, scion of Xanthos and worshipper of Athena. Or maybe I should just—he's a scientist. Maybe.
No.
My favorite moment from last episode was the first meeting and ultimate verbal takedown of Pasiphae between her and Themyscira. Wait, no, that's Wonder Woman. What's her name?
That's Akira.
That's
Akira.
You're welcome.
That's Akira.
Yeah,
That's Akira.
she's way cooler than Pasiphae.
I don't know about that.
I can confirm she is actually.
Say it again
cooler
in
than-
5 minutes.
Once those dice are arranged in numerical order,
Yup.
she's coming for you.
I mean, like, to be fair, I do that with
Go
my dice,
away.
too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry, Ethan. I got you in trouble.
I was going to say that I joke, but here I have mine set out. So.
Yeah. All of us do.
All right, let's go to our next player.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jordan Fishburne. I'm playing Kyria, the storm-eyed scion of Scythia, worshipper of Hecate. My favorite stuff from last episode was, one, everybody giving me shit the entire time because I'm winning the glory race and I was finally the leader. And everything about Thesakira. Sorry, my heart forever. Thesakira.
Yeah, she wrote some pretty hot slash fic that she sent me, I'm not going to lie. And we're going to have that be a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
That's not true. I'll just send it to you if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's on AO3 under. No, all right, let's go to our next player.
I am Sarah Babe, and I am playing Thalia, the Heart Forger, scion of Hephaestus, beloved of Zeus, because Zeus is bae. And from last session, I really just liked the Harpies in general. I've always really enjoyed their mythology, so it was really cool to come up against the Harpies.
Cool.
Yeah.
Some sweet monster fighting action. And let's go to our next player.
Hello, I am Ethan Exon Anderson. I am playing Doman. He is
Pretty.
strong and hot. And that's it. And dumb. Very, very dumb.
It's got the Paul Warburton effect.
Patrick?
Patrick
Warburton?
Warburton. Wow, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna
Whoa.
leave.
Oh, no. We couldn't afford Patrick Warburton.
Paul.
We run it Paul.
Wool button.
Paul Woolbutton. Yes.
Good old Polly Wool button.
Yeah.
You know him.
He's like,
Washington.
hi everybody, I'm Polly Woolbutton. I'm best known for my slightly weird voice.
Good old
I'll
Patty Warbucks.
I'll just stop talking.
I'm gonna go with my favorite moment is probably when Jordan was like, that guy's a villain because he was introduced in the first act.
I was right,
was
though.
pretty
Jeez, you watched one episode of Xena and you think you got this.
Oh.
All right, and last but certainly not least, our leader for tonight's episode. Good luck.
Hello, good day. I'm Tawny P. Thompson, also known as Lion-Hearted Pasiphae, daughter of Hermes. And my favorite part of last time, I think, was the talking pillar of storms.
Yeah, the harpy head pillar.
Yeah, it was creepy fun. So
That's
and
what
gross.
That's what I'm good at here at
And fun.
Theater of the Mind Players. All right.
Creepy, gross fun.
So, for those of you, so this game is about mythic Greek heroes, and it models the Odyssey as these heroes are sailing towards home after a massive battle. And every week they come across a new island, and every week they have problems that they must defeat on that island. And this week, there are, in fact, 2 islands connected that the heroes
So
come
wouldn't
across.
that just be one island?
It's a chain of islands.
Is
Well-
it an isthmus?
Archipelago, actually.
Well, so the twin islands of Soros and Ion are connected by a narrow land bridge. Ion is a land of golden fields
Fleshy fun bridge
called
called
the
the Grundle.
and vast vineyards. Soros boasts the gleaming white pillars of an affluent city-state.
How do you spell the second one?
Ion, I-O-N.
The second one.
Soros.
Soros?
Soros is S-O-R-O-S.
Soros and
Okay.
Ion.
So vast vineyards on Aeon and city.
Affluent
City-state.
city-state.
With pillars.
The leader has pulled some signs of the gods that she can read.
I didn't know you were going to give it to me, so I wrote it down. I have seen signs from Demeter, the goddess of the harvest. Her sign is the cornucopia, a bounty for those that labor and serve. I have also seen the signs of Zeus, the king of the gods. His sign, if you get my drift, is a gleaming pillar, a gleaming scepter, the glory of rightful rulership.
I mean, last time we had a pillar of
Scepter,
Zeus.
sorry. Scepter. Same difference.
It's only Demeter and Zeus?
Demeter and Zeus.
Interesting.
As you arrive in the port of Soros, you see that the guardhouse, which blocks the land bridge, has its the land bridge that leads back to Ion. The doors have been thrown open. Frightened Ionians, clutching a few belongings, stream through the gatehouse, fleeing their island to the glimmering marble buildings of Soros. And in the distance, from the Isle of Ion, you hear a earth-trembling roar.
I did.
Roar. Can I roll a perception? No. Can we determine
can I
what
stop
the monster
someone
is?
and just say what's going on? What is it?
Well, are you stopping? So,
We'll create a positive charge first to catch the Ionians.
man, I'm frankly shocked that it took this long for you to make that joke.
Make your
You guys just have some lightning wit coming.
All
out
right.
today.
That's the last crack I want to hear out of you, Sarah. So,
Whoa.
Okay.
I'll put a crack where you need it.
no, you see, you can't follow up a pun with the same pun.
Yeah,
That's not how.
double pun.
It's a
Did you
different
not-
pun.
No, it's
No.
it's the
It's
same
separate.
pun. It's the same
Yeah.
pun. All right.
You try.
Leader.
I was
Okay.
making a butt crack
Great
pun,
stuff.
but okay.
You can't tell
That's
people
not
what
how-
your puns
No,
are.
you
That
yeah,
doesn't
it's not.
mean-
That's
Anyhow, we heard a roar. We're stopping someone.
Mark
So-
Panos.
well. Let me ask you: Are you stopping a citizen or are you stopping a soldier? Because there are a mix of them.
Soldier.
Okay.
They're probably going to be better in
high
high stress situations to be able to tell
Ironically,
us.
their name is Soldier.
Soldier, son
Soldier.
of soldier.
This one's Soldier Boy.
he a thing anymore?
You walk up to the soldier, and he is shouting at the refugees coming in through the door, like, "Get back, or I will draw arms. Get back,
Soldier, report.
Get back. I don't know.
Who are you?"
that.
Good question.
You're better. Report.
Damn girl.
So,
The-
Snay on the Edder Bay.
I back her up.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Throw
the chain over my shoulder. My spike chain.
Does your
Thing.
chain hang up? Okay, I'm done.
golden-haired Theodora is invading the island with her farmers and her laborers.
Would that be considered
you're telling
an
me you
invasion?
were overtaken by some farmers?
We only opened the gates under orders from Commander Kyla.
Where is Commander Kyla?
Kyla ran.
That way.
Ran so far away, but couldn't
He
get away.
gestures towards the gatehouse, and there is a lone soldier dressed in the regalia of an officer who has her weapon out, but it is pointed at the other soldiers that are there.
Does she seem entirely sane?
Yes.
Okay.
Are there farmers flooding in?
Yes,
Yeah,
like
those
most
are
of the
the
people who are
citizens.
coming in are
Mm.
muddy and dressed in rags and have their sole possession is like their best turnip.
So to make sure I heard you correctly, they said they opened the gates because the officer told them to.
Mhm.
Okay.
And do we happen to know who golden-haired Theodora is?
You do not know that off the top of your head, but you do actually. Let me strike that. You suspect that it is the woman that Kyla seems to be protecting from the other soldiers, because she's and her long, like, she has long golden hair, but you also see that that she's of an age where it's kind of turning into that platinum white at the roots, and she is frantic, like she is trying to help as many people as possible, like and saying, and calling names like, come, Artemisia, you must move quickly, come, I will get your children, you run first. And then she like runs out and scoops up like a toddler and puts it on her shoulder and runs it back towards the gates.
I think it sounds like the officer is saying, let the people in. Why are
Right.
you arguing that?
Hira,
Yes.
can I ask a citizen what they're running from?
Oh, probably good call. I don't know.
I mean,
The
Farmers
big
don't
roar?
talk.
The big roar? They...
Just farm.
and I'd like to like help them with whatever they're carrying in order to.
We are fleeing the wrath of the what's the word I want to use here?
Great monster?
Leviathan.
No. We are fleeing the wrath of Demeter.
Stay puffed.
What form has her wrath
Taken.
taken? Thank you.
I got you.
I don't know. I didn't see it, but Thalia did.
Where's Thalia?
I'm sorry, not Thalia.
I was like, Thalia?
But,
Like, I need more than one.
Theodora?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
Theodora?
best part is I'm Thalia and
Yeah.
didn't realize that you said
Sorry.
Thalia.
Theodora did.
Okay.
I actually
okay.
specifically changed the name of the character because, as written, it's Thalia. So,
Ha.
to try to avoid the confusion, which I failed. horribly.
Mhm.
No, no, you're good. I ran with it, so everything's
We'll
fine.
just start calling Sarah
So did these
Theodora.
I guess I'd like to run over to Theodora and Kyla and figure out what precisely
It
is going on.
While she's asking, can I help more people just move their stuff?
Yeah, but in doing so, that's drawing looks from the soldiers that Kyla is keeping at bay. And as you do that, you hear another growl, and you see a massive tree go hurling up over the city, like past
From the other island?
Yeah. And it
awesome.
smashes into one of the temples, and you see it and some bits of stone crash and crumble to the ground.
That's not a good sign.
That's why we're trying to keep them at bay.
What? So they can be murdered by whatever this great thing is? You let them through.
On whose orders?
Mine, lion-hearted Pasiphae, daughter of Hermes, and I'm gonna fucking make him do it.
Or
All right.
unless you don't recognize her name.
Who are you? Oh, hi, Kyra. Yeah. How are you?
I'm
It's on my baseball tablet.
Quick, someone dial IXII!
Okay. Well, you have a choice. Are you telling them to stand down, or are you forcing them to stand
I'm
down?
gonna force him because I'm better at it.
All right. This is a contest of blood and valor versus the Golden Guard of Soros.
Ooh, Golden Guard.
The strife will be set at 2d6. It is perilous to engage with them in blood and valor, which I believe means if you suffer, you mark pathos.
Mhm.
The strife is set at 9. Who will enter this contest?
Lion-hearted Pasiphae, daughter of Hermes.
Okay.
It's also calling in divine favor of, the daring of Hermes.
We got a +4.
14.
All right.
This is going in jail.
You prevail.
Storm-eyed Kyria, worshipper of Hecate, is also going to do this contest of blood and valor.
So, how are you, I know you're using blood and valor, but describe what you're doing.
I think
When you think about describe what you're doing.
as soon as I see him going for anyone, I just slap his blade down immediately with my own. Like a no!
Bad!
I said no!
You think about what you did,
Yes.
Golden Guard of Soros. Okay.
I throw and extend my chain to create a bit of a fence to keep the guards from.
Okay.
I'll catch the end of it.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, teamwork. 'cause
Do
I'll do
you
it
want to
too.
give me one of your name
Oh yeah.
die?
Does that mean I can participate too, or no?
No.
I mean,
I think
I can.
Either you give
She
assistance
can
or you...
she can call
I
a
can
bond.
and then you can still participate.
But
Okay,
you can also just give your die and you get glory then,
One
right?
glory.
You get 1 glory.
But she can't participate if she does
Correct.
that.
Yeah. But I'd like to participate.
Okay, I would also.
I would also like.
I think everybody has realized that you shouldn't sit out contests.
8 + 7.
15. Damn it. You can't even do your own math!
I mean 13! Shit!
I knew it was above 14. I just was like, what is that?
Could someone tell me? Could someone, perhaps the leader, tell me?
Thalia the Heart Forger shall also assist by catching the other side and
my
throwing
chain.
my vines to you in
Yeah.
order to create a really good
Teamwork makes the
Yeah.
dream work.
Double dog.
Do you want one of mine? Do you want to
Oh,
spend a bond?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Because
that'd
my
be great.
name
Yeah,
die
sure.
is a D10.
Oh,
so
that's
there you
a
go.
really yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Half of the amusement of this game for me is watching
Ooh,
Tawny's reaction shot.
That was a good one.
Yeah, 15.
All right.
So we're tied.
Right. Iron-minded
You're
Polybius
welcome.
will take up this contest.
What are you
That
doing,
was a good-
Oblivious?
That's
State your
I am-
name.
10.
I am putting my spear
Oh, I would've-
horizontally up to like a line of throats of soldiers.
Like, move and I cut.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, that would be 11.
All right. You also prevail. So far, everyone has prevailed.
Strong them to a man. will help.
It will not.
Well, I'm gonna use Resolve in Spirit, so I marked a Pathos. With
In addition to your
yeah.
brain dollar?
Yeah.
Sweet.
with the plan is be like, you should let these people in and run towards it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pick up 2 of them and start walking them the other way through the gate.
Okay.
Yes.
The soldiers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like, go forward, fight this monster. That's
Yeah.
what you're here for.
So that'd be a total of 9.
Yay!
All right. The
Question. Ties are broken by rolling
Name
your
die.
name die.
So-
Balls.
well, wait. Let's do this right.
Okay.
Who suffers? That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Who prevails?
I.
Who is best?
Both of us are.
Maybe.
All right, roll that name die.
God damn, I'm gonna.
Come on, Sarah. Well, I rolled a 2, so you got more chance.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Keep
Let's
going.
go.
Come on, Sarah. Come on.
I just like spit everywhere. That was great.
3.
Come on, Sarah.
3. What the fuck is happening right now?
Can we just call
You
it a
roll
tie?
first. You roll first.
I know you roll first.
No, I just rolled first.
Same time.
1, 2, 3,
6.
4.
So I always cheat at the roll at the same time rolls. Just so you know.
I figured.
future.
Like I noticed.
Keeping that one in the old brain thing.
Yeah.
Could have told
I
you.
do a hesitation. I do a you roll.
You do the wrist. You do a wrist fake.
Yeah.
All right. So that means we start from lowest to highest
That would be me.
on how you describe how you succeeded.
So I would like to pick up 2 and start carrying them through the gate towards the other side.
Okay. You pick up those the 2 soldiers and they they're like, hey, what? No, put us down. And
I must go fight and protect these people.
and I think another tree smashes in front of you right on the
2 soldiers and they die.
Yeah.
What?
Jesus.
Oh my god, Domo, you just
terrible.
killed 2 guys.
The monster did. I did it.
Oh my god.
No, that's what happens.
Yeah.
He gets hit with the tree,
Brick
Oh,
killed a
okay.
guy.
and then and Domon is the only one who gets back up. The other 2 soldiers are smushed.
Oh, that's
Fair.
really unfortunate.
So that was a 9, 10, 11.
Me.
Okay. So you've got the
Yeah, I think what I just do is I gradually just kind of move my spear, making the first guy on the line start to bleed, and he's like, no, don't. And yeah, they all follow suit.
okay.
And it's me. And I think I'm just pinging between soldiers, like slapping their hands down as they try to do anything.
No,
Like,
stop it.
I
Stop
said
it.
No.
Bad soldier.
So.
Bad soldier.
I will fight you. Don't make me do it.
All right.
And I think, like,
Yeah.
I know you are best at this.
But we like used each other.
Yeah. So we just, like, basically, we both go like this with our whips, and we're like, yeah, whoosh, and, like, catch it, and we're, like, all super awesome.
Yeah. And we do like a little push to push him back. So we would just
Yeah.
like do a little oomph into it.
Put a little,
Yeah.
in it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just make sure to say, by the way, I'm Kyria. By the way, I'm Kyria.
Yes,
By the way.
Yeah, her name's Kyria, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
It's Kyria.
Turn out business
Vote for me,
cards,
thanks. Here, yeah, vote for me.
business tablets.
Business pebbles.
So we got what do you get for?
Carrie just walking
So,
down the street, kissing babies.
Everybody gets 5 glory, except for Kyria, who gets 9. Tony's like, I really like the idea of this game when we started. But no, not. Can we jump ahead or something?
Do you guys
Yeah,
want some
Todd's
like
just
pity
like,
glory?
next
Can I hand out some
game.
pity glory?
I don't think
This is how you get
I'm
things
joking.
thrown at you.
I know.
I'd take pity glory.
Oh my god.
You're like last though,
Oh,
right?
by far.
Where did you even pop 80 yet?
No.
Nope.
Oh.
Gotta get yourself some glory, Domon.
You
Trying, girl, trying.
Mhm.
All right.
I'll
After
just
the
stop
last
rolling. I'll just
few
start
refugees
handing
from Ion,
My name died.
make it across the land bridge. The massive gate, massive gatehouse shuts its doors just in time for a huge boulder to boom into the gates, and everybody takes a moment to Star Trek rattle a little bit and.
Nope, not doing it.
I thought you out of everyone would enjoy a Star
She's
Trek
a next
rattle.
gen person.
Oh, yeah.
No,
They
but
did it a
I
little
know I
bit.
do enjoy the TOS.
All right.
You know,
So,
They do a little bit of rattle on next gen.
yeah.
Not quite as bad.
No, yeah, nothing's like TOS.
Yeah.
Star Trek
Anywho,
rattle.
But I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
and as soon as the gates shut and everyone is at safety, Kyla, Commander Kyla, like flips her gladius in the air and catches it and hands it to one of the soldiers that was threatening her, and then puts her hands up.
Yeah, we're gonna stop whatever this is going on. So I think we just I'm like, team form up, let's go, and we.
And
walk
she says
through the
no.
crowd.
I violated a direct order from King Vlacus, and I must face his justice.
Clearly, King Vlacus cares not for his people.
These are not his people.
Then he cares not for people.
Damn it!
Oh, every time I think I'm saying something cool.
Nope.
It doesn't
The people-
need to
the-
be
the-
his people
and-
for him
and
to
the-
have compassion.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
wonder
got
why
you.
people
Thank
think
you,
you're the
Kyria.
sidekick.
That's Kyria, everybody. Kyria Stormide. Sorry.
Thalia Hartforger running for vice president.
I'm on Insta Oracle at Thalia Stormide 21. Anyway.
You can catch me on Hawker at.
Twiddicles. Anyway.
Twiddicles.
I love it.
The older blonde haired woman, Theodora, golden haired Theodora. We have been remanded to the caretaker of the island of Agon, and we have angered him.
Someone explain this. The caretaker. What is this? This is the tree tosser. What?
And
What?
the people the people gathered there, the farmers of Agon, all launch into what they have heard the caretaker looks like. And he's 7 feet tall, or he's as tall as a mountain. No,
He eats kittens for dinner.
no, he eats them for breakfast, you dolt. And 15 different explanations wash over you at the same time.
Are there still more trees flying? Like, as we're having this conversation, are we just like, duck?
No, but you can definitely hear some growls of frustration and anger echoing from the Isle of Agon.
Wait, everyone. Please be quiet. I'm sure this is all just a large misunderstanding. Our team can go and, under the idea of our great leader, to
Figure out this issue.
and speak with them. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding.
You're right. It was my idea to go over there.
Don't no.
What did you do to anger Demeter
Mm.
and incite her wrath?
Theodora says, "We tried not to starve."
The wrath of the
So-
gods can be a harsh.
So,
You
like,
see, we
yeah.
produce the food for the islands. We
Mhm.
give Soros what Soros needs. We give Demeter what she needs. And then what's left is what we use to survive. And
who are starving.
This seems like an unfair deal for you. Why would Demeter turn her back against her sacred followers in such a way?
Why
Oh,
didn't you?
We're not
lessen-
followers. We're slaves. Slaves of Soros.
But
And
Demeter
that's
does.
the king
Velacus.
Velacus.
Demeter doesn't want them meeting.
Demeter, I hardly know her.
God.
Where can we find this King Velacus? Because he sounds like a bunch of
As soon as you
Velacus.
say that, you hear the whinny of a horse.
Can he
and-
please hear me say, because he sounds like a bunch of Velacus?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Because it rhymes and it's funny, but also...
And
Don't hate me, and that's good.
sure enough, dressed in golden armor, surrounded by soldiers that are just as finely appointed, rides King Velacus.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Speak of the Hades.
And
he shall appear.
Commander?
Let's not take Hades' name in vain, okay? Let's not incite Hades around.
No, she's just forward. Commander, report.
There are
And,
trees flying everywhere.
Kyla drops to one knee.
He's not
Who are-
wrong.
Who are these strangers? I know not, my liege. They arrived in the nick of time to help us protect the people of Ion.
We are heroes after all.
Heroes.
Yes. I'm sure you've heard of Kyria.
We come from France.
I am sure you have heard of the travails of the Scafosi me Scaphos.
There you go. The Kyria is famously sailing out.
Oh my god!
Oh, you mean the ship that is captain, quartermaster, deck gunnered?
Yeah.
I want to point out that out of 3 missions, she's only been the leader once. You were one once too.
The
I
joke
know.
is that I have the most glory time. Okay, that's the last joke I'm going to make about that. Feel free to make them yourself.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You're not getting away that.
Commander?
I don't believe you.
Was that your order? No, it was not, my liege.
Is not
What?
a commander who acts on her conscience a better commander than one who follows blindly?
Damn, girl.
And who are you?
She's Kyria's friend.
And who are you?
I am Thalia, Heartforger.
Also Kyria's friend.
Kyria's friend.
Lionheart Pasiphae, daughter of Hermes.
I'm Doman.
Son of Doma.
Domain.
You speak out of turn, hero. When I
I need no turn to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us a turn order if we have to wait?
Oh, God.
And this is how we die.
Especially against a man who seems to revel in the keeping of slaves.
Fair. Yeah.
Mm,
Legit.
yeah.
Legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
King
King Vlacus says the words that out of over 15 years of being a game master and dungeon master, I have never had the chance to say, but I'm going to get to say them right now.
Oh, what?
Gods, seize them! And that is our first act.
You've never really said that?
No, I've never actually said guard seize them.
You're
We
welcome.
popped your guard sees them, Cherry.
It was only a matter of time.
I've given you a gift.
Before we seize those cherries.
We'll be back in 10 minutes after we cuddle, and we'll go on to Act 2 of our adventures in Agon.
Remember to pee after sex.
And welcome back to our second act of our third episode of Agon from Evil Hat Productions. When we last left our heroes, the king of Suros, King Vlacus, had just ordered his golden guard to seize our heroes for their insolence. And over the din of blades being drawn, the voice of Theodora calls out. You have no power over these heroes, Vlacus. If you seize them, we will not return to Ion, and your island will starve.
Oh, damn.
Unionize.
Caretaker or no caretaker. You need us.
It's hard to be fed when all of your people die from a monster rampaging.
Or starvation.
Or starvation. That too.
I still have control over you, Commander. Yes, my liege.
And when she has 5 heroes standing at her back, what will you do then?
What will you do, says Commander Kyla, when I ask you to stand down?
I don't know how I feel about that.
I have violated my duty. And while I appreciate your solidarity, I will accept my punishment.
I wish for you to think of these farmers. What will they do without your support?
They have you.
I cannot stay forever. I must travel on. You need to stay here and fight for them, and I'm trying to convince her with things that I'm not good at.
Oration.
Things that I'm not good at.
You're a D6 at it.
You're a good number at it.
Well, I don't think you're going to convince her because of her sense of duty.
Yeah.
What is most important to me, and I actually I don't even think she's looking at you. I think she's looking down because she is kneeling to her liege, and she says, "What I need you to do is to protect these people, whether or whatever sentence that my liege passes down. They need your help now. And if I return, I will return to protect them."
We will do 2 things. We will protect these people, and then we will come back for this king to ensure that he gives you a fair trial and takes into account your great valor this day.
That is fair and just. The king is giving you his major stink eye, but...
And I look back at him just bald-faced, like, fucking what, bitch?
Your
Guards! Oh. And they come up and clap Kyra in chains.
Your Majesty, please forgive my forwardness, but to atone for our presumptions and possibly in honor of your valiant commander, though she has disobeyed you, could we possibly satiate the caretaker and call it all even?
Tawny's real subtle over here.
Yeah, I can hear
the old duck luck. And as long as you stay off of my island, I don't care what you do. And he rides off with his guard, and
I
Kyla and
fracking
Change.
hate him.
Yeah, not a fan.
No.
Maybe we just kill him.
That's an
take over
option.
Let's
And
take over the island.
Theodora shakes her head and says, "I don't know where I went wrong with that boy."
Do you want us
Uh,
to
Raised him?
Backstory, please.
We require exposition.
Basil exposition?
Well, it seems that the caretaker has exhausted its anger for the day. So perhaps, if you would walk with me back to Ion, I will tell you what I know.
We will
Alright,
so.
All right. Let's
And-
go kill a caretaker.
LFG.
Let's go kill
Do
a
we have-
caretaker.
A general idea of what this could be?
Big.
Probably a
That's-
giant.
Shape shifting?
You don't really know. Like,
Maybe she'll tell us.
I mean,
More.
maybe. I don't know.
She probably knows more than just like
The
farmers.
farmers. Maybe. Okay, we'll see. Yeah.
Can we say like we created a nice fire and like,
Yeah.
camp,
Like-
and we, put her
like
in
you
a
go
cushion
back
and-
to her hut, which is the nicest clay hut out of all of the clay huts.
We create a nice atmosphere.
Yeah.
Put a little.
some sage. In
Like
the
she
fire,
like
some
she
nice
she offers
aroma.
you a very simple meal that is very well cooked, but it is very clearly like
Are
Basic,
we
basic.
going to be in trouble with Demeter if we eat this?
Probably.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Is that Theodora telling us that, or is that our game master
So-
telling us that? 'Cause
Good
I have
question.
different reactions
Which hat are
depending
you
on which
wearing,
one.
Rob?
The will that upset Demeter? I don't think it will. No, it won't. Not 85% sure. It won't. It won't.
Okay, I was about to say because Kyria can fast. No. Okay.
Well, before she
Jump cut to us all like.
before she
I'm just like,
before she
what
cooks
do?
the meal, she does offer a prayer to Demeter.
Okay, that's fine. I guess. We'll see.
And she also
She pours some out for her home.
Like legit.
5 minutes.
many years ago, the island was as one. The people of Ion traveled to Soros, the people of Soros traveled to Ion. And then the caretaker came. We call it that because to call it by its true name angers it. And if it gets angry, it comes looking for us.
What
Right.
exactly is
Yes.
it?
Might you also tell us its name? We
Wow.
could probably use it.
Say it quietly, so it can't hear.
She starts drawing letters in the dirt, and she draws a C, an I, a C,
Cyclops.
an E, an R, an O,
Cicero.
and an S.
Oh.
Ciceros. I take it that your
Maybe don't say it out loud.
your good caretaker is perhaps missing its right arm.
Didn't you fight that
Um,
person?
I thought I killed it.
I thought I killed it.
You certainly didn't kill it, but I did believe that I
Well,
had
you know,
slain.
agree to disagree.
It's missing its arm, right? At least.
To be fair, I didn't really see if it died. I was too busy checking on Domon.
Well, I'm watching the squeak, Squeak! 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 So,
No,
It's-
Domon wasn't bleeding when he fell off that building.
I don't remember that.
Well,
I
you
wouldn't
wouldn't, I
imagine you do.
suppose.
It was missing its arm.
it is no longer missing. What?
In its place is a living tree
Oh boy.
given to him by Demeter.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Apparently, this defeat that you gave to him caused him to feel some remorse or
I mean, he did try to kill my good friend Polybius by entering a duel in which he was not welcome.
well,
Tree wasn't certified.
he felt guilt, supplicated Demeter, and she rewarded him with this gift. And that is how he became the caretaker. Now, what we have found, that things changed when my son became king.
Oh, that's your son. I'm so sorry.
He was a
That's
good
regrettable.
boy.
Do you want us to?
For podcast listeners, he made a throat slicing symbol with his fingers on his throat.
You're asking me if I want you to kill my own son?
Being that it's what we tend to do.
Ah,
We've been asked stranger, let me put it that way.
Very well put.
we
Yeah.
spared Thesakira, the pirate queen.
She spared us.
No.
No, she did.
You are
No.
clearly remembering
No.
this.
She's way
Very
cooler than you
incorrectly.
guys remember.
I remember her
Didn't
as being
you
pretty
not
cool.
kill this?
Have we killed anyone?
We killed.
No.
No, you guys have hugged it out.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking. Yeah.
So.
Good point. Good point. Well remembered.
Yeah. Thanks, Domon.
I was thinking back to the
Domon.
episodes. I'm like, I don't remember us killing
No.
anyone.
Yeah, you guys have really like hugged it out with like
Yeah.
everybody.
I,
Yeah.
I don't even think I
stand
hit a monster ever.
You
No,
have.
yeah.
No,
the
plus-
the harpies. We killed some
Killed
harpies,
the
and you
harpies.
killed a few guards earlier.
Oh, didn't you
Oh.
kill Morpheus?
I sexually woke him up.
You sexually awakened Morpheus.
I
But
thought
I
you
didn't-
defeated Morpheus with puppies.
Well, yeah, I convinced him that his dream was my dream with puppies and nudity in order to get him to wake up.
I don't recall the
Oh
nudity.
my
Forgot
God.
about the
I
nudity
remember
part.
the nudity.
If there was any
Okay.
question, this podcast is not for children.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, pro tip. YouTube, stop asking.
So. Well, let's go try to talk to him.
Well, I say we try to take down the caretaker first, because then we can go to him to be like, we've solved your damn issues. Stop being a dick.
I meant, why not talk to the caretaker?
Oh, he won't listen. He doesn't like me.
I'd be up for that.
Well, not many people do. I mean, we can totally work around that.
I agree. Let's go speak to the man. Giant man.
Well, why
Thing.
not?
The one that tried to kill you.
He was
Yeah.
regretful of his decision, or else why did Demeter award him with...
He's clearly a violent being.
Everyone
To rain down this terror upon...
But if he was...
says the violent being
Yeah.
who rains down terror.
Does a violent...
only on the deserving.
Would a violent being ever show remorse? I think not.
And maybe he just needs a hug.
Which we apparently do very well.
Domon is excellent at hug giving.
Okay, here's the plan.
It's all
Here's
the
the plan.
muscles.
Here's the
Little
plan.
slick
We
though when he's
will we'll
oiled.
give him a chance. We'll
like
maybe
a
try.
soap.
We're gonna try for a minute to talk. But we will be prepared to take down Ciceros for good this time.
You're not
Let's-
supposed to say the name.
I will fear of the name increases fear of the thing itself.
Dang, that's some good hearing.
He may be a Cyclops, but
Let's
he
go
has
have a
2
chat.
ears.
And I bolt out
I don't
the
think
door.
he's a Cyclops. He's just
Oh,
a
he's
giant.
a giant.
He's
I
behind
think
me.
he's just a
isn't he?
Bicyclops.
A Bicyclops.
Okay.
He's
a
a
bicyclops.
A Bicyclops.
Pretty sure it's not a bicyclops.
I think
The
I'm done here.
caretaker is not the problem.
Oh.
Oh.
At least the way that I see it.
The starvation of your people and thus not making the sufficient offerings to Demeter? Is that the problem?
Is Demeter the problem? Demeter's the problem.
Have you tried a stormwater management plan? If you
I've heard of these new things called aqueducts. They're great.
I legitimately brought my own job into this. Oh my god. No. Okay.
We divide the harvest into 3 piles. One for Demeter and the caretaker. One for Soros and King Blockus. And one for ourselves. When King Blockus demands more food, we surely cannot take it from what we give to Demeter. We do not wish to anger either her or the caretaker.
Because if you don't feed the meter, you get a ticket.
I just...
I'm going home.
You know, that was both an in and
Love
out
you
of
guys.
character Domon.
Wrong era.
God.
But
That actually gave me acid reflux.
What the shit?
welcome to my life.
Oh yeah, I feel ya. You should hear this one talk. This one being Lord of the Board.
So, what would you have us do then?
I mean, perhaps you could speak to, or if you feel that you must battle the caretaker.
Wait.
And
Has
it-
the population increased on Soros? What is the cause for the increase in food that they need? Or have you had a bad harvest?
I know not. They won't
Has
tell me.
Demeter demanded extra?
She has not.
Only
But-
to
Does the
change?
caretaker take all of your offering and not leave any for Demeter?
Or does King Velakis not use his food in a...
Well, I'm guessing you had
And this
to
is
dip
what I would
into
have you do
Demeter's-
to answer these questions, for I know not the answer.
Well,
First to the caretaker.
first instinct is that probably King Velakis is
doing
little-
something with it because Zeus.
a little greedy.
Yeah.
Zeus did send us a symbol of a shining scepter.
Oh, yeah. So we should have to deal with that. Yo, guys. I got an idea. Okay, let me say that less modernly.
Verily, what?
Forsooth!
The gods have
Forsooth, bitches!
the gods have struck me with inspiration.
Ah.
What if we speak with Ciceros and convince
Fear of the name increases fear of the thing itself.
Ciceros,
We'll just call him Voldemort.
he who shall not be named? What if we convince he who shall not be named that he needs to attack Soros?
How about he attacks no one? Because there will be
There's
casualties
innocent people
of
on
innocent...
Soros.
We can
That.
sneak all of the innocent people out of Soros.
To Ion?
Yeah.
I feel like there are probably a lot of innocent people.
What if, before we
Hence the
took any
sneaking.
action, we actually kind of scouted and witnessed what they are doing?
Okay.
I don't know.
Witnessing is good. That's all I'm... Witnessing!
For anyone who doesn't know, that's a Mad Max reference.
And if you don't know that reference, get
Okay.
on
Do
with
it.
your life,
Okay,
man.
Let's
Watch
do
it.
2 things. We're gonna go and we're gonna watch what exactly it is that King Velakis, made of Malakis, is doing with all of his food.
Didn't he tell us that we're not supposed to go to Soros?
Yeah.
He'll fucking live.
Yeah, but will we?
Well, Papa don't
He
know
also
won't hurt
will
him.
not know that we're there because we're going to be sneaky.
Okay.
Oh, you are you? So you are going
Do you
to...
have sneaky skills? Sneaky,
You're going
sneaky?
to use your craft and reason to
You don't
sneak...
think that would be resolve in spirit?
No.
I'm very resolved to not be noticed.
No.
I'm also
No,
being
that's
like a spirit and hard to
Yeah,
see.
that's the problem with resolve spirit is you can be resolved to do whatever you want. No, I think
Don't notice me, Tawny. Don't look at me. Don't
ignore me.
Pay no attention to
It's
bad
like
times.
reverse psychology.
But you're looking at me right now.
This is why Tawny never
podcasters
plays
there.
sneaky characters.
Nope.
It's gonna be really interesting when you fire one up for D&D
Yeah.
this week.
3 o'clock tomorrow, I'm going to sneak attack you.
How about the people who are good at doing a sneak do that? Nope, never mind. Because
No, a contest is a contest.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that, and then we will pretend to attempt to talk to.
Don't pretend to attempt. If you don't want to attempt, just don't attempt.
Oh my
If you
god.
want-
This is why the wisdom of Kyria will live through the ages,
Yeah.
you see.
That's going to be written in books forever.
And accessories.
Yeah.
Regardless, I doubt it'll work, so I'll probably
People
just
sing
beat
songs
his
of my
ass,
glory.
so-
So,
It's going to
if
talk
you wish
about.
to go back to the island of Soros, that is going to be a contest of craft and reason. Who will take part in this contest?
I, iron-minded Polybius, scion of Xanthos,
Who
honored.
Well, let me hold on a second. While you're screwing up your line, let me roll the.
Wait,
No, you didn't screw it up. You just
Someone remind me what happens when you take Pathos. You get an extra d6.
You get to use one of the other
A
ones.
different one. I'm
here,
using
guys.
blood and
Whoa,
fucking
whoa, whoa.
color.
Time
I'm
out.
helping
Time
you
out.
guys.
Pause.
You wanna
Pause.
take some-
Pause.
Here, guys. Here you go.
We're going to.
Mhm.
Just add +1 to all these.
The good news is that King Velakis is not actually that good with
Anything?
But no, he's much better at arts and oration.
Oh, yeah.
But he still has a 13 for you to
Oh,
beat to
okay.
suffer.
Do I get a glory per that I hand out?
No, it's just one.
If you stay
Or
out,
can you only help one person?
you can only help one person.
Oh, which
Oh.
one of you guys want my help?
But
I
they
do.
can call in
I'll take
bonds from you.
Okay.
But-
So
I'll call in a bond, so that way you're not.
okay. You guys calling it in?
No, you
No.
want to help me.
You
wanna
want to
call
help me?
I've already rolled it.
in? So I helped him,
so
but you can
I
what-
call
take
it
your dirty D10
You
back.
don't want to
It's
use one of my
behind-
bonds?
No, I only
I'm
have one
bonding
left.
you.
Oh, it's
What was the?
okay.
13 is the
Wah.
strife.
I got 14.
All right.
Remind me
you-
what happens when you call in a bond on a god?
You get a D12.
You don't.
That was my highest
Oh, yeah.
roll. Good job.
You're welcome. I try.
That one. Okay.
God, I wish these popped.
I just want to
Lionhearted.
be like super charitable and give everybody.
You
a
just want to
discount.
hang out. You just want to hang out with Theodora. I'm like, you guys go. I don't need to do this one. You
I've
guys...
been carrying the team. You guys go ahead and.
Like,
Thalia the Heart Forger shall camouflage herself in her vines in order to sneak across and not be noticed.
okay.
Try a little autumn color, you know. Get that
Alright,
gold.
so I'm just rolling this.
So you covered yourself. So like instead of a person walking across, it's a vine person just.
It looks like a swamp.
Yo, I never
monster.
said I was good at it.
I am Groot.
Freaking salad fingers over there.
I'm Grooticus.
I am
Oh,
Grooticus.
that doesn't count. Okay, so that is good. What is the number we're going for?
13.
Four.
Change it or else Disney would.
No, 13 to prevail. Tony has.
14.
You're at 14.
Yes.
Well, what's an 11?
You suffer.
Lionhearted Pasiphae, daughter of Hermes, is taking a point of pathos to also use blood and valor. Also calling in the divine favor of the ingenuity of Hephaestus and bringing in a bond of her father Hermes because...
I didn't have to do any of that.
Because you roll want to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got it.
Yeah. I just asked
You're just
help
gonna
from old
burn all
Kyrie,
of
and that
this?
was all I needed.
Just gonna burn all of this stuff before before the clash later?
17.
Ooh, shit.
Why?
Oh!
No.
Yeah,
I thought that was my D4. 16.
All right.
That's still pretty good.
strong limbed Oman will carry 2 large potted vases with plants in it.
I take it back, Sarah. You look just fine. 2 muscular legs?
I
No.
pray that you just demolish us.
Yeah.
in points.
20. Roll a 20.
Do it.
I don't know if
Do
you
it.
basically can do that.
Oh,
Probably not.
13.
That was
Not
good.
bad.
That's
You
good.
got. You prevailed.
No.
13 was the
14.
target number.
No,
Yeah.
I got
13
14. The thing is
the target
13.
number.
Oh, so I still failed.
All right. Who suffers?
Me.
Who prevails?
I.
Who is best?
It is lion-hearted Pasiphae. Fucking goddamn.
Yeah, you saw that shit just to get 2 more than me. All I had was you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with who suffers.
I suffer, for I choose the completely wrong species of vine to cover myself with, and am
It's
immediately
not native to
found
the
out.
island.
Yeah, am immediate. There's no vines on the island.
I
Like, they
accidentally
don't do
gave
vines.
you incorrect seeds because I
They
Right,
knew you
don't
would
yeah.
die.
It just, yeah,
Kudzu.
I didn't do well.
In the golden backdrop, it's just
Right, yeah, it's
vibrant green. Of
yeah,
Alright.
vibrant green. And
You
it's
suffer
completely wrong.
and take a pathos.
Are those vines? We don't have those here.
Who is next?
I am. So I've taken my 2 potted plants, and I've sneakily walked past. Luckily, all of the guards are over there.
Yeah, watching me. I served as a distraction to help everyone.
So I
else.
thought I was doing great, but really the guards were
Yeah,
heavily
just
distracted.
watching me.
by a actual walking plant.
So bad.
Did you
All right.
stop halfway and be like, Domon, you're such a genius. I know.
I used my shield as a sled, went down a hill, and skidded it across the water.
All right.
How did
I
Kyria help you?
put a little bit of wax on the shield
Yeah,
just to
Nice.
get a real smooth ride.
thank you.
Way to go, Vin Diesel. And
Okay.
finally,
So, I have used the ingenuity of Hephaestus to utilize a palm tree to slingshot myself over a wall, where I landed on top of the building, and I utilized the daring of my bond with good Father Hermes to slink along the edge of it until I could see in the right window that I needed.
all right.
It was actually the left window.
So, those who suffered gain 1 glory.
Yay!
Those who prevailed gain 6 glory.
Yay.
And you who are best gains 13.
I got 1.
So,
Wait, doesn't it round up if we?
I already rounded.
Oh, you did?
It was
13?
13. Oh, no, that's 7. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 7. You still have 13.
I got 1 for helping.
I'm coming for ya.
Me
Where are you at now? Hit 100
80,
yet?
90, 100, 120,
Like, she's like,
122.
do I have to put my drink down yet?
120?
120. Wait, 80, 90, 100, 110, 112, 112.
Okay, I was about to say
Close,
120
close.
is like a box. You would've
112.
definitely noticed. So now I have to participate again because I'm
That's
only at
fine, that's
140. So.
So you do have to put your drink down, is what you're saying.
If anybody else would
Sorry,
bring
Theodora.
besides
Let me just
Tawny-
finish this great Rita, and I'll be with you guys in a second. Hold on. All right.
We need to get
What do we
Domo at some
discover,
point.
Bob?
I'm doing great.
Polybius and Domon, you make your way through the streets of the city, and the streets are filled with the refugees of Ion, and they are dirty. They are shivering. They are emaciated. And you see a pair of citizens of Soros like walking, and one of them is like eating an apple, and he takes like one bite and then just chucks it on the ground, and like 4 citizens, 4 of the refugees just scrabble for it, and they start like fighting hard for this piece of food. What do you do?
I try to intimidate by smashing my spear into the ground.
Okay.
I walk over the apple and
Well, and one of the last refugee that basically touched it last is like, oh, I'm sorry, sir, and he presents it to you.
I take it and I use my spear to cut it into 4 slices and present it to them. I don't just hang on it.
Well, they wait.
Yeah, just
Slice
like
it into 4s
yeah,
and
just
then
be
be like,
And you see, and as he does this, you see one of the citizens of Soros kind of turn back, look, and just roll their eyes and keep walking.
Just stab.
oh my.
Are we walking through a residential area?
This is more like a downtown street. Like
Okay.
the whole island, like compared to Ion, which was very flat and wide open farmland. This is very built up, carved pillar, white
Metropolis.
marble. Like
Mhm.
you don't like, almost to the point that it's maybe a little too much.
Is there a food store nearby? Like a granary? Or-
There's probably like a market.
Can I ask the gentleman I just presented with the apple to direct us that way?
Yes, and they tell you which way to go, and sure enough, when you get to that market, it is ringed by golden guards, and anyone who is of the obvious and wealthily dressed style, the guards they bow them and uncross their spears, and they go into the market. And anybody and you see somebody of a poorer dress walk up, and the guards cross their spears, and one of them says, "Let's see it first." And the poor citizen shakily holds up a hand of like 2 or 3 drachmae, and the guards just kind of go, "Pfft, that's not even gonna buy you a pomegranate. Now, get out of here before we decide to just take it."
I walk up from behind and say, "He's with me."
Oh well, if you're going to take pity on the poor dog, by all means. And he uncrosses his spear.
Oh, I hate these people.
Before I step in, I just stand next to him and I go, "I'll be back for you."
Are you not going to bring him in with you?
No, the guard.
The guard.
Oh, I was like, you're just going to leave the poor guy
So
outside.
Domon's plan is to grab the largest bin of food he can and just try to walk out with it.
Yes.
Just put it under his abs and just walk out.
Put a
And while-
potty plant over it.
And while Domon is getting the shit kicked out of him, I will. Thanks for the distraction. I will totally.
So
Food's here. It needs to be over there.
You're not wrong.
I mean, he didn't suffer, so
Yeah.
it probably works.
Yeah. No, I know. That's. amazing.
meanwhile,
Oh, shit. I slung myself over.
you have successfully slung yourself over and are looking down, and you
Because I'm
landed
drunk.
in the great hall of King Vlaka, or on top of it, and you're peering down, Batman style, maybe without the
Not
breathing.
breathing like Batman.
Stealth, not Toddy's forte.
I was making a joke about it being glass, so I was imagining.
And
Draw a smiley
Vlakas is angrily pacing his in front of his throne. Oh, we're heroes. Oh, we wander in, we sail in and don't understand the situation.
Okay, goofy movie.
right. Anyway,
Yeah, that's Ace Ventura.
Or the Goofy movie. When they find Bigfoot.
what do I care of their number and their suffocation of the goddess? There will soon be a new god, a powerful god, in control of the island. And and he goes over to a statue of Zeus, and there are bushels of food.
Anyway,
around it.
I can wait until he leaves, break my ass in, and steal a bunch of it, and then like drop it off on the doorstep of wherever the
Refugees.
are camping. Just like in the night.
1 second. He drops to his knees and starts to pray to Zeus. You, powerful Zeus, mighty Zeus, should be the god who watches over this island. We have built an island that you would feel home. You would feel as if you were walking upon.
Oh.
And
looks like breasts.
And I wish that you would cast your eye to protect this island, to make it one of the greatest in all of the isles in which you rule.
Yes, I will install a Chili's.
And a torch boy runs up, and he grabs the torch,
Oh
no.
and he lights the
can
food
I-
on fire.
Oh my god!
Stop it! Can I stop it? I'm gonna get caught if I stop it. I can't stop it.
Well, you can try to stop
I
it.
want to stop it.
Okay, that sounds like a pretty epic contest to me.
I'm gonna piss off Zeus so hard right now.
I
Okay, we
think.
just made a map
well-
last island too.
Are we close enough to do anything?
I don't know.
No, you guys aren't. Well,
I
Here.
might be because I'm sure I got caught.
Because my plan during that scene was to just buy the man whatever he wanted.
he's very like, no, I just want like one. Okay, maybe two.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's been like a week, so like maybe 3. Is 3 okay? Is that too much?
No, that's fine.
Just give him 6.
Yeah.
Buy him double.
Bag of rice,
once.
because that'll last a long time.
Do you have kids? Do they want?
Well, then you have something to eat.
I have some lollipops.
Like he's being very like,
Uh-huh.
Frugal.
why are you treating me like this?
Because I can. I'm not from here. I don't obey the rules as they've been set before me.
But surely you must be mindful of the gods.
I am mindful of the gods, but at the same time,
Fuck them.
I am not one.
What is ungodlike for buying somebody food
Yeah,
that needs food?
Depends on what god you follow.
The most
I
important god
myself
monster
am not a
body
god. I
banging.
do not have the blood of a god in me. I am a man just like yourself, and therefore we need to stick together.
Aw.
Sorry, I
Then-
do that, but I'm a demigod.
Then
You don't. Never mind. I'm not gonna make that
would
joke.
would you be willing to buy food for more than just me?
Okay, how much money does Polybius?
Like you can from the prices here are very inflated, but even with that, as a soldier of fame and fortune, you could like. He doesn't want you to buy like food for everybody. Like you're not going to buy at the market, but But this guy is like.
I have some neighbors that need.
Yeah,
to be fed,
he-
too.
Buy me a sack of rice.
He is like like he's definitely like trying to broaden it, but also doesn't want to seem like he's really pushing it.
Okay, I do that, and as I do that, I say, if all goes well, my friends and I, my fellow warriors and I, will have solved this problem, and you'll never want for food again.
I hope you're right, Polybius. I hope you're right.
I never gave you my name. You're a bad guy.
Yeah.
So
I never told you my name. Stab.
If you want to stop.
Yep.
I
can't not. I have to. I can't not.
know, that's why I set it up this way.
Oh,
If you
his players.
want to stop King Vlacus from burning the food as an offering to Zeus, that is going to be, well,
blood and valor.
I feel like resolve in spirit because you're trying to put out a fire.
Okay.
Yeah, fire.
Who
I'm gonna
else
use some pathos and also do
wishes
blood
to join in this contest of resolve in spirit?
Can I?
I would like to, but how?
Yeah.
valor. Sure.
Because I think we can.
I'm
or
good
can't
at
do.
dousing flames.
You can. I mean, like you. Like he has set it on fire. This is putting the fire out. I'm going to assume
Oh. I was
because
hoping to just break through the window and like punch his ass before he did it.
Could I have your help, Kyria?
Yeah.
you might still do that.
Which one do
Okay.
you
I
want?
mean, do you want to spend because you're spending the pathos to add blood and valor, aren't
Yeah.
you?
Okay.
Then-
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So you're gonna put the fire out and punch the dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say no, you can't do that because it's not fun for you to sit there and go, gosh, you guys are getting to kick ass. If you can figure out, like, I would say for in your cases, at the very least, it would be, oh, you happen to be near the temple when the fire is lit and smoke comes out, and you're like, let's go. You know, you dash forward.
And this was Resolve in Spirit.
Remind me how we've not done this yet. How do we utilize our great deeds and trophies?
You say you're using them, and you get an advantage die.
So a D10.
Yes.
I am going to use my Pillar of Harpies. After watching how the harpies fly, that's how I'm going
Which
to
one do you like?
control my
Actually, yeah, pick an eight.
descent through
Which
the
one of
glass.
these eights
Okay.
do you like the most?
The white and gold.
What is an advantage die?
D10.
And you just get to add it.
Is there a one-time use item?
Yep.
Hmm.
But we're going to get another one at the end of this episode.
Theoretically.
Definitely.
You always get a trophy.
Even
Okay.
if we completely fuck this
So-
island up.
What do you get? For
Yeah.
it?
Okay, never mind.
It could be island fucker-upper.
Yeah.
You get a D.
A D10.
Descenders of Chaos.
Okay. I'm going to use Defender of Hathor to defend this. This
Oh.
target.
These common folk.
These
I
common
am
folk.
not, because everyone else is.
I'm not.
I
So it
started
doesn't
the
increase
waterfall.
my advantage of winning if I also use it.
Okay.
Oh,
Lion-hearted
yeah.
Pasiphae, daughter of Hermes, shall break
Oh, wait,
through
let me
this-
roll on you.
yeah.
Oh.
We have to know what we're rolling against.
Yeah.
I got all jazzed
Let's see here.
to punch the douche. Yeah.
to punch King Doucheface.
King doucheness. Douchinius.
11
Okay.
is the
All
strength.
right, that's cool.
Lion-hearted Pasiphae, daughter of Hermes, will bust through this glass. Wow.
Or not.
Ooh, you got a 6.
13.
What
I
do you-
got 2 6s, and then my D10 was a 1.
It's still the two highest. You only
Yeah.
keep
Oh,
divine
I
favor.
thought you just got to add the
Nope,
okay.
it's
12. Then that's not too
You
bad.
didn't fail.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not.
Iron-minded Polybius, scion of Xanthos, and acolyte of Athena, will try to do this shit.
Wait, what's the number we're going for again?
11.
11 is to prevail, and you rolled 12.
Mhm.
12 is best right now.
I also rolled 12.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Thalia the Heart Forger shall interrupt and attempt to be awesome. And I rolled a 12.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Many
I'm
12s.
Not even
Isn't that,
kidding.
that's a 9 plus 3,
A
right?
9
That's
and a
12,
3, it's
yes.
12.
But you got a D4, so that's
Oh,
another
and the
3.
D4. I'm sorry,
15.
that's 15.
Oh.
I was calling on my Bay Zeus.
I almost did that, but I decided against it.
Yep.
Storm-eyed Kyria.
That's interesting. That's interesting that you called on Zeus to
Help prevent
So
a
help
second.
prevent
Down,
this guy
down.
from.
He's doing it wrong.
Ooh, it's a
Yeah,
negative.
True, that's fair.
That's
Negative
fair,
3.
He's doing it wrong. Yo,
9
don't you
now.
give him ideas.
Storm-eyed Kyria is going to be part of this Resolve in Spirit challenge and utilize the Cunning of Hera.
Okay.
Also known as Anti-Zeus.
Yeah, that was the idea. So that's a 15 plus 2, 17. Oh, it was all the same color die, too.
Wait. How are you getting 15?
That's
got
a
a
10
10.
plus a 5.
Oh, that looked like a 9 from here. I'm sorry.
And then it's a plus 2, which is a 17.
Do we need to get the blocks out for you?
Yes.
Doman shall also attempt.
Thank you.
Go for it, Domon!
Nice. 8.
Come on. Oh,
Did Doman not learn about fire last time?
Oh, don't mind.
Domon's
The oil. I forgot.
He's like Regis, he's like, fire bad!
All right. The strife level is, or the strife number is 11. Who suffers?
I did.
Yeah, that's right.
Who prevails?
I do.
Who is best?
Kyria.
Kyria!
I had to get my lead back.
Hairball, sorry. I got a chunk of moussaka stuck in my throat.
All right.
Well, I'm kind of mad because out of all of the times I wouldn't have wanted to win that one, it would be when Thalia was getting some more.
So let's start with you, Domon. Tell us what happens as you try to
I see the
stop
smoke.
this fire.
So I go sprinting in there, get too close, get lit on fire, and sprint away.
Oh god. What is it with you getting
Like,
lit on
I like you see like the smoke billowing out of the temple and Domon runs in. Ah!
Yeah.
Like there's a beat and then he runs out. Ah!
I like to imagine Domon's like, wait, how did I get out of this last time? And he just kidnaps a random woman.
You've stolen one of the Vestal Virgins!
Not Kyla.
Yes. Who could forget the very important lesson of what you do when you're on fire? Stop, drop, and kidnap.
Stop.
We learned that in grade school.
Oh, man.
All right. Starting with 11,
I assume
12.
Pathos?
We got
Pathos?
12s is, yeah.
I mean, you could roll off if you wanted to.
Do you mind if I just go for...
I
Okay,
don't
cool.
give a shit.
I'm gonna, since everyone else is also rolling in to, like, do some shit, I'm gonna accomplish only the first half of my goal.
Which is punch the guy?
Punch the guy. Yeah. But instead of punching the guy, because I've, like, learned how to move through the air, because harpies, I bust
Flying
my ass
squirrel.
through the glass. Yeah. I bust my ass through the glass, to land directly on top
Okay.
of him. Just, like, straight
Okay.
up the top.
Fire off some sass.
Yeah.
That scared the living hell out of me.
You're welcome.
12.
Good morning.
I would like to imagine that there's a couple water jugs around, and I just put the end of my spear through their handles and fling them.
Nice.
I will glide in. I'm not entirely sure how, but I'll glide in.
Well, if you need a suggestion, I would say that this is your chance. They were bringing you before King Vlaka, so this is a chance to like shake those guards loose and do something.
Right, I'm gonna shake the guards loose and glide in on a storm cloud because I brought in Zeus as like to help me out.
Oh.
Like, you're doing it entirely incorrectly. You dishonor Zeus with your incorrect sacrifice.
All right.
And seeing that Polybius is partially doused the flames,
Domon is on fire.
and he is on fire.
Domon is on fire.
Tear
I
down.
would please like some water.
Yeah, I tear down.
I would actually like water because I don't
only
like to
noticed
burn.
after I destroyed them, like, oh shit.
With Hera's cunning, I see that some banners are placed within his hall, and I tear them off of the hook and use one to smother the flame on Doman.
Okay.
And the other to cover the flame on the food. Yeah.
All right.
That was like Domon has, like, when it comes to catching on fire, he can say it happened again.
Yeah. That boy is on fire. Oh, fuck.
And just later on, he's like, listen, I didn't get set on fire. I was carrying the fire away.
See, the fire jumped on me and I was going to carry it because that's what I'm good at. I dome on into a ring of fire. Okay, so
with the
I
rest
think
of the fire.
as soon as like the dust settles,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, we did a wonderful job of not being noticed. Go team! I've got my knee on his back. No, don't move. Until I'm done with my speech. We've done a wonderful job of not being noticed. You may speak now.
Guards, seize them!
Back into his
That's
back.
what he was gonna say.
And that is where our second act
Ah.
ends. We'll be back for the battle
I never said she
portion
was smart.
of our
Obviously.
episode
I could have told you that.
where our
That's the
heroes
standard job.
face off once and for all against King Vlacus and the Golden Guard of Soros here on Theater of the Mind
Oh, look,
Players.
that's,
We'll do that.
Tanya's gonna screw up.
And welcome back to the third act of Agon, second edition, where we are about to join the battle for Soros and Ion, with our heroes facing off against King Vlacus and the Golden Guard of Soros.
Man, we're still not gonna kill that giant.
Someone remind me super quick if we did glory from that last.
I got
yes.
11.
I did.
I got 6.
Oh, I did not.
Did we do that?
On the one
Unofficially.
that we
Should
just
have.
did.
Okay.
Yeah, so you should have 6.
So I should have.
one.
So should I have 6?
You prevailed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So 6. Okay.
I just didn't remember marking it. Wanted to make sure because I'm now like 2 away from 120.
All right. So
I'm 10 away
Um,
from 60.
in the battle phase of the game of this game, battles are fought
14 away from 80.
in 3 phases. There is the engagement phase, there is the threat phase, and there is the finale. So the engagement phase is when the heroes maneuver to get the advantage in battle. And the good news is that during the engagement phase, the heroes get to call what domain they're rolling to gain advantage. So the
I think I've been the only person to get advantage. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
I think I've been the only person to get the advantage.
so
I had the advantage.
at this point
The
you
the
are
D10?
Yeah.
Then both of us. Then.
battling the king and his guards. And I feel like this is a good moment for the leader of the heroes to get into a one-on-one duel with King Vlacus.
Oh, I'm
Go,
on top
Kyria!
of his
Oh,
back
I'm
right
sorry.
now, so he going down.
And the other, the rest of the Golden Guard charging in and clashing with the heroes. But you get to call what contest you want to do. So if somebody wants to try and arts and orate their way to get the king to stand down or anything like that, you certainly can. So let's figure out what everybody is rolling for this particular contest.
Blood and valor. Ah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So so instead, are you just wading into the guards that are trying to protect their king?
I can't use blood and valor to just fuck up the king.
You could.
Yeah.
Alright.
Or have a duel with him, anyways.
Alright.
I don't know that I plan on killing him, but I would like
This is
to
just-
put him down.
This is to gain advantage for the full-on battle.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
want to kill him, but I want to
Okay.
put him on point and make him scared.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Oh, I'm also doing Blood and Valor.
Okay.
I'm doing Resolve in Spirit.
Craft and reason.
Resolve in spirit.
Okay. So we're going to roll with. Hold on a second. Just make sure I got this right. It's going to be easiest for me to actually write down that page number rather than kind of blindly guess where it is on the PDF.
Want to help me out, Polybius? I'm
Sure.
Just gonna... I want this one.
Do you want
Um,
some help too? Or wait. Can you get help on multiples?
I'm gonna call in the bond of
Huh?
Kyria.
I think I can ask for help from multiple. Which one do you want?
Can I ask for your help?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I ever have.
Yeah, you can have my help. You can have my tiny little guy. So this is my little tiny guy.
Does anybody else want help from Kyria? Got all these beautiful.
I'll take help from Kyria. Let's do it.
All right.
Got a couple more D10s.
So the strife for this contest is 11.
Oh,
11.
So declare your deeds and roll and start rolling, guys. With everybody, sorry.
Storm-eyed Kyria will take this
you gotta
challenge
do
using the ingenuity of Hephaestus and my crafty reason.
Okay.
Okay.
And friend
Yeah, take that.
and help from my good friend Polybius.
Okay.
This is consistently rolling 10, which is fabulous. 15, 16, 17 again.
Maybe you should try free range dice like Jordan has. I'm just throwing something out there.
This is working pretty well, Rob.
Yeah, isn't it almost full?
There's only mostly D8s. My D8s are being really bad tonight.
It was really close to being one of my pointed die. Thank you.
Okay, so what is your total at right now?
That would be 24. No, I'm joking. It's 17.
Okay. Iron-minded Polybius
You
shall...
almost caused Tony's poor tiny heart to explode just there.
Once
It's a
I
lion's
get-
heart, so
once I
clearly
get
it's
to
huge, Rob.
200
Well, no,
40.
it's strong.
Once I get to
That's a medical
240
condition.
glory, I can roll a 24 total
Okay.
at that point.
Good to know.
But
Which
I'm
will
not
be
there
like
yet.
next scene. So,
Next scene.
who's next?
Iron-minded Polybius
Yep.
will use the... he's going to use, with help of Thalia and the Cunning of Hera.
Okay.
Ooh, I have an idea.
This is only for advantage, not the battle.
Oh,
It's a heads up.
thank you.
I thought this
13.
It's a
No, this is
This
for
is for
this is
advantage
for
in
advantage. The winner gets a D10
in the
to use
final.
in the actual.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's the battle and the finale.
Okay.
Mhm.
Basically, so no, it's, I'm happy to clarify.
Okay.
So there are three phases. The engagement phase, where the winning roll gets an advantage die.
That's what we're doing.
Right.
The clash phase, where you decide whether you are clashing against the main threat or defending against the terrible things that will happen. And the finale phase, which is the ultimate fate of the island.
Okay.
All right. Thalia the Heartforger, Scion of Hephaestus, beloved of Zeus, shall roll for the advantage thing. Ooh, cool. 13.
Okay.
Doman shall walk back into the temple, still on fire, staring at everyone, as help from Pasiphae. She puts me out with a jug of water.
He's on fire, yet
So
he's still so cool.
It's an intimidation check.
I mean, last
basically.
time I was like, Lake's over there.
now
Yeah.
he's steaming.
Yeah. So it's just basically seeing a flaming guy.
No worries, I can't feel it anymore.
Yeah.
Nice.
14.
Nice.
Mm.
I'm putting that one directly in jail. Just hand it back to me. Rolled a 1.
Is everybody? Is that everybody?
Lionheart
Oh,
Pasiphae, daughter of Hermes,
Sorry,
is calling in the daring of Hermes
13.
Through divine favor, as well as the assistance of her good friend Kyria. And she has merged pathos to bring in resolve spirit as well. So
Gonna beat 17.
Oh, that's a 10. Is that a 1 or a 7?
Whose dice are you using?
That's a 7.
That's
Isn't
a
it?
1.
Is it
That's a 1.
16?
Drop something.
All right. Who suffers? Who prevails?
I do.
I
Who is best?
The Storm-Eyed Kyria!
What did you get?
17.
Aren't you getting sick of saying that?
Dang.
No.
No, never. No, never.
I'm just gonna wear a shirt to next session that says "Who is best?" and on the back it's gonna say me, and I'm just gonna do it.
I feel like this rivalry. This is just setting up a better rivalry for when we play Worldwide Wrestling, and that's gonna be like every
I
time.
can be the heel.
Yeah.
Are you the heel or am I
Nope.
the heel?
Well, who does everybody want to beat up?
The heel.
Kyria.
Yeah. All right.
About that.
Do we get glory for that, or is that just a test?
No, everybody collects glory for that. That's for those who prevailed. That is 6 glory. For Kyria, that is 11.
Just wanna
Oh, look
point
at that!
out
Look at the Hulk Hogan move there.
I'm gonna point out that pushed me to 120.
That
4.
pushed me to 161.
So, starting at the bottom, 11,
And now we're here.
11, 12, 13.
13.
13.
No, I got 14.
Okay, so 13. Tell us how you try to gain advantage in the upcoming battle using the domain that you rolled.
Do you mind if I?
Yeah, go ahead.
With Blood and Valor and the Cunning of Hera, I use the doors to bottleneck any enemies entering,
Okay.
and use my spear and shield to basically give them no.
Way to get
Yeah.
anyone. Yeah, that's a good one. All right.
I just basically roll in further on my storm cloud because I'm gonna say I'm still on the storm cloud and you can't stop me. And just get up directly in front of Vlacus.
Malacus.
Blockus.
Rhymes with Malacus.
Right. And you know that this is not the way of Zeus. You were doing a tribute to Demeter in front of a statue of Zeus. You know Zeus is for glory. Zeus is for authority, not for harvest. You're doing it wrong.
All right. That was 12, 13, 14.
That'd be me. And I'm on fire. Staring everyone down. And then it's a flash dance scene with water.
Do you also do the like lick your fingers and put out your eyebrow?
I feel like you might want to change your epithet to like flame roasted.
Flamin' hot.
Hot boy.
Flamin'
He
hot,
is a good
Domon.
hot boy.
Hot boy,
boy.
Oven
Domo.
roasted.
Oven roasted tomato.
Good hot boy, Domon.
Or you could be born of fire.
That's true.
But that's a like a
Ashy
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an
Scorching.
actually
Like
good
7 herbs and
And
spices,
fire.
Domon. Seems better. All right.
Colonel Domon.
I roll off of King Valakis's back and make him get up and kick his blade back toward him to make him fight me, and I use my resolve and spirit to not kill him,
Okay.
but to put him on point.
We're just engaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
All right.
Bitch, you better.
And Kyria.
I get down on one knee and I open up a box with a ring in it. No, I'm joking.
It is the engagement.
Oh my god.
I
Thank
got
you.
Wow. Wow.
Ethan's
That
always
was-
got me.
Take pathos.
So, I do my
There
best.
should be a glory pun chart.
There should. Then you would be ahead. Ethan.
This is not the game.
No, I think that all has to be subtracted from your ultimate score at the end.
So Kyria is going to use the ingenuity of Hephaestus to find the best position for us to have within the hall and set it up. She's actually going to knock down a couple doors or pillars to force all of the guards to come through one direction. There's a word.
Bottlenecking, which is what
bottleneck.
he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna continue to you're gonna bottleneck the bottleneck.
Yes. I was trying so hard to think of what to do, and Polybius already did it.
Sorry.
So I'm just gonna double do it.
Like a good leader.
Yes.
Take credit for it.
Yeah. That's what George Washington did. Worked for him.
Yes, Polybius, do that thing that you're doing.
I'm gonna fish my margarita.
I'm gonna sprinkle. I haven't done any magic shit yet. I'm going to
Magic shit it.
magic shit it. I don't have anything to help other than what we've already done. I just cheer everybody on. I said, that's a great job, guys. You're doing really good. If you put like this nail here too, that'll make it.
I like how
stronger.
that somehow gets you the advantage die.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's called delegation.
All right.
You would not know, leader. No,
Because I like to get in and work with my people.
my
Oh, so
leader
do I.
thing was not good when I was leader last round, so I get how hard it is to actually try to hurt these cats.
Y'all are missing all
Ow.
this sexual innuendo he's throwing around.
No, we just ignored it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just ignore it.
All right.
This is just a Wednesday for me.
It is Wednesday.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
okay.
Wednesday for everyone.
So
A normal Wednesday, Tawny Bet.
now we set up the threat phase, where we talk about the disasters that will occur unless the heroes intervene. The heroes must divide themselves between.
Split the party, we'll cover more ground.
Well, that is literally what you're doing,
I know.
because you have to stop 3 threats.
Ooh, one's the caretaker.
No, that's 6.
Yep.
Yay! Do I get points for that?
Yes.
Here are your points.
Yeah! I got points.
For those at home.
Rob just pointed at Sarah with both hands.
The caretaker rampages through Soros,
Ooh.
Cool.
but and kills a bunch of.
Innocent
Oh,
people.
that's
Innocent people.
bad.
Oh
That's
man, I just
super
helped
bad.
him.
I kind of feel really good that there's structural damage. Not so good about the structural damage to people's bones. though.
Right. not the
That's a
face
different kind
structural
of structure,
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Structural damage, yes. Human damage, not so much.
Yeah.
I say Tawny doesn't get that one. Unless she's
Kyla
gonna murder it.
is executed.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
sorry.
So definitely
That was
not that
pretty
one.
great.
And the remaining villagers are forced to return to Ion in chains and work in chains. So those are the 3 things you got to defend against, but you also have to defeat the Golden Guard in battle. Otherwise, the island gets complicated. And I would just like to let everyone know the reason I've been doing 2 threats in the previous ones, but since some people have these massive dice out all of a sudden, I gotta turn the cooking fires up a little bit.
Are you gonna make one low roller for Ethan's 58 glory?
Doan, you must successfully walk downstairs.
Because I'm gonna be like rolling 50
Without
points
lighting
on
on
dice.
fire.
Without lighting yourself on fire or kidnapping anybody. Those
Jordan's past 2 points. There's no possible way I could get it.
Yeah. To be fair, I've been rolling 10 on that D10. Like,
Is it the red and blue one? Because I like, or the purple and blue, whatever that
throughout
is.
this entire mini campaign.
yeah,
Okay,
that's true. That's fair.
so
Yeah.
defeat the caretaker, or stop the caretaker, I should say.
Stop Kyla from being executed.
Protect Kyla.
Rescue the villagers.
Rescue the farmers.
Iron-minded Polybius will protect the farmers.
Is there, because you said we also have to defeat the,
You also have to fight the Golden Guard of Sorrows.
and is that just on the Clash
That's
side?
the that's
I think
the
you
Clash
should
side.
probably do that because you have all of these dice.
But I've been a defender so far. That's been my... Well, no, because I think on the Clash with Zeus and Hera.
You'll get a
that's
fork
what-
ton of glory for that too if you do it.
So there's only
Well, that's the thing
three
is
things?
now you have to decide who how are you dividing your resources? What things do you want to like?
I'm willing to go after Cicero.
I feel like I've already been defending the people, so it makes sense for me to continue to do so.
Oh, you guys figure it out. That's
I've also slightly taken up Kyla's Kyla, so
Yeah.
I feel like I need to do that, but like
What are the contests here?
I'm
Is
assuming
it
defeating the Golden Guard. Well,
Blood and Valor
with
So,
the Blood and Valor.
for
okay.
everything?
hold on. The defend contests are going to be Resolve and Spirit. The Clash contests are going to be Blood and Valor.
Okay, and then which ones are the defend?
Defeat the Golden
Those are the
Guard
three.
is the
Which
Blood and
one's
Valor.
the defend though?
Everything except for defeating the Golden Guard is defend.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I will go ahead and defend against Cicero's
Okay.
because that'll be Resolve in Spirit, and I'm down with that. I'm going to build my dice now. It
Yes.
might take a minute because I'm slow.
So what are you doing, Jordan?
I mean, I have the advantage die, so I might defeat the Golden Guard.
I think it makes this. If we're gonna send it just one person on that side, it makes the most sense for it.
Yeah.
To
This
be
is honestly my favorite part of this game. Is
It's like resource management.
well,
Deciding
but it's
who does
people.
what.
It's people management, and
Yeah.
it also feels like you're all in the huddle, going, "Okay, you go,
and you're
you
like,
go
I don't
long,
want you to have all of that glory,
Right.
but it makes sense.
you
so
go long,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
block that guy, you set yourself on fire."
Basically, I want to make sure I'm not going solo at something
Okay, well, no
because
matter
I'm going
what,
to fail.
No matter what, you're not going to go solo.
I feel the need to defend Kyla.
Okay.
Would you like a thingy die?
I feel the
So
need
maybe.
for speed.
So in other words,
Okay.
you have to do the Golden Guard because that's the only one not taken.
It also just makes the most
multiple
sense.
people can
Yeah,
like
do
if
the
you.
thing.
No, I realize that, but if she doesn't,
But he
then
doesn't-
I'll be solo
he
against the
doesn't
Golden
wanna
Guard.
do it alone,
but I'm
yeah.
also saying that like you were kind of like, yeah, if Soros gets destroyed,
Yeah.
eh.
But
But
I
it's up
guess
to you
I'll
guys.
defeat the Golden Guard. That's fine.
I will join you on that then.
So
I'm trying to think of what cool magic shit I can work into the Blood and Valor.
Okay.
Gotta add my little spice onto
I
it.
will say, okay. So,
This is what again? To bring in another
who is? So you two are in the clash phase.
Yes.
The rest of you are in the defend phase.
yes,
So you're defending the peoples. You're going after the giant,
correct.
and you're rescuing
Kyla.
Kyla.
Would either one of you like a me die?
So we resolved the defend first.
We're doing the defend first.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm going to use the biggest dice out of all of the.
Like the physically biggest.
Well, like the numerically biggest.
I would like to call in the aid of Polybius, please.
Choose your die.
You get a D8, right?
For my name, yeah.
There you go.
You can choose anything. I don't care.
Well, I need to
you?
find a D8.
Yeah.
Which
These
one
are
do you want?
D8s.
I'll take that one if that's
cool. It's
Pretty.
pretty. Okay.
Sorry, I'll grab one of
pretty it
yours.
is.
What's that?
Kyria,
grab
can
one of
I
your die.
call in your?
Yeah, which one do you want?
I don't care. Which one's been rolling well?
I haven't been rolling these.
Here's
Okay.
sparkles.
Here, I like those ones.
All right.
I.
This is the last. No, this is not the last roll.
I'll give myself a pathos and also use craft and reason.
Okay, so let's do Sarah first
Oh, okay.
because you've got your dice ready to roll. Yeah.
Just about.
I do.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do. I just rolled for Sarah, so
Oh, okay.
let's do that.
Okay.
Your strife number is 13.
Okay. Cool. I think I can do that. So, Thalia the Heart Forger she'll be using her resolve and spirit, and she'll call in her craft and reason as well, using the feathers of the harpy.
Ooh.
And also bringing in a divine favor of Zeus. So, for the love of God, just don't suck at this, please. Oh, I fucking love life right now. So that's a 19.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Di.
So then we're
Thank you.
doing we're protecting the Polybius is protecting the people.
Yes.
So
Sharp.
you're doing
Sharp.
Yeah. That's not something you want
resolve
to
and
step on.
spirit.
Oh,
Yeah.
It almost hurts to roll.
Okay.
Dang.
So yeah, Iron-Minded Polybius, with the help of Kyria and the wisdom of Athena, is going to defend the people.
9 is what you're looking for.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Big rolls. Big rollers.
All right. And then
Defending Kyla.
defending Kyla.
So I have called in the Daring of Hermes for a divine favor. I marked Pathos so I could also bring in Blood and Valor. And I brought in a bond from Polybius.
11.
I think that should be doable.
So 16,
15.
15.
19.
Okay. So you all prevailed.
Yay!
And we take the amount of glory that was... Because we're all doing different...
Shoot, I should.
So for 9, I take 5.
But since we were all doing different
Rolls.
Right.
roles,
Oh, I get you.
we take the full thing, right?
No, you because the defend is considered one contest.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it's still gonna go. Tony, you, Sarah.
Okay.
I actually should have probably left that at 1. I may have to do a rules consult before next time. But so that's how we're doing it right now. This is a good example. Sometimes, if you make a rules call and you're not sure about it, roll with it, pun intended. And then if you need to change it, just be sure to announce that change before the next time. So I think that's the way that it should go, though that does kind of gonk up the glory a little bit. But either way, so yours was a 9, so you're going to take 5.
Mine was an 11.
Yours was an 11, so you're going to take 6.
Mine was 13, I thought.
Yeah, so yours was a 13, so you're going to take
13.
13 because you were
am
best.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Want to go first, Omon?
So, Tony,
Yep.
you tell us how you defend the peoples.
Okay, so basically what ends up happening is that I return to where the market was, and I see them being lined up, and I see the guard leading them as the same guard from before, and I point my spear and said, I told you I'd be back, and
Yeah.
I lead all of the people in a revolt against them, and we all fight together.
That's awesome! Love it, love it, love it. How do you defend?
So I think, I think I'm just trying to exit the building before accidentally stumbling upon whatever this scene is where they're in the middle of executing her. And I think I just jump in front of them and fight them off because I took Pathos to pull in Blood and Valor.
Okay.
But the entire time I'm just trying to talk her through like why I'm doing this. I'm like, look, you don't deserve to die for this, and it's absolutely asinine to throw away your great valor and your great deeds for your pride at this moment.
Want to come with us? That's where I would say.
Okay.
And like, yeah, if your king will not accept that your massive
Valor is superb.
your valor and your dedication to doing what is right, other people will.
Okay. I think at the like, I like the idea that as you are defending her, she is also like trying to like if you parry a blow, like she like puts her arms in front of it to like, you know, break the ropes, and like so you're defending her and also freeing her, and then at the end the two of you are fighting together back to back.
Like I steal a weapon, toss it at her, and we're just like ting 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 ting.
And yeah, and like I think she you know, like when you finalize your speech, she blocks a blow for you, and just kind of curtly nods, and you fight your way out of the palace.
Thalia's best.
How are you defeating the? Or how?
Oh, so resolving spirit against Ciceros.
Mm-hmm.
You shall not be named.
Ciceros, you have already gained the favor
like
of Demeter.
I like the idea that, like, if I can.
Oh yeah,
set the scene.
sure.
So it's the land bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And Ciceros walks up to it, and his missing arm is this massive, like, you know, swamp thing tree trunk.
Okay, yeah.
And he plants it at the edge of the land bridge.
Okay.
And the roots grow around the land, because I'm imagining it like an actual like arc of
right, yeah.
thing. And he starts to pull with the intent of ripping up the bridge and throwing it at Soros.
Okay.
And so he's pulling as you walk out of the gates of the city, you know, like arms open, ready to speechify. Go.
Wait! Dear giant, you have already been blessed by Demeter with your wonderful gifts of nature. And I start, as this happens, like there's vines that start coming up and probably like intertwining with his arm. You must see the beauty in what you have. You have been given a great gift of forgiveness and given a chance to atone for everything that you feel you need atonement for. Protect these people. You can be their champion. You can be the one who they look to for their protection, for their care. They already call you the caretaker. Take care of them. You have the gifts of Demeter. You've been given a second chance. Be that chance.
Hope he speaks English.
Yeah, me too.
Common. Greek.
And I just stand and I just walk closer and just touch his arm and look him in the eye. And you've been given a beautiful gift, Ciceros.
He pats you on your head with his giant hand. And
the one we didn't cut off.
Yeah, the one you didn't cut off, and pulls back, leaving the great tree arm in the soil,
leaving it planted
as it like leaves bloom off of the top of it to offer shade and protection to the farmers of Sorrows.
That's so good.
We are the world.
I love the fact that in this game of epic Greek heroism, y'all keep hugging it out, and that's great. I love it. It's great.
Oh, I'm about to kill some people.
Jordan's like, yeah, hold on. I'm a burn some shit real quick. Hold on.
If I don't
It's
fail.
about to go down.
Meanwhile, on the attack, you are facing the Golden Guards. So let me set the strife here. It is perilous, of course.
That's one beforehand?
Oh, no, that just means if you fail, you're going to take Pathos. So... because this is going to be Blood and Valor. I'm going to roll...
BV.
I'm going to roll the King's 2d8 because he's...
He a douche.
And it looks like 10 is going to be your strife number. So good luck, everybody.
Do this.
Just don't set yourself on fire. Okay?
Wait.
Can't promise that.
You could call in a bond if you want.
But wait, there's more.
But there is more.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Because
We pissed someone off.
I
Zeus is
forgot
mad at
Zeus
us?
isn't too happy with you
Oh, yeah, no, we
guys.
done pissed him off.
Yeah.
Wait, why are we were telling him he was doing it wrong.
No, because
From-
last
last time.
island we settled the Hera
Oh, right.
Zeus dispute, and we didn't land on the good side of Zeus.
Mhm.
It's still only 10.
Okay.
So, declare your names and make your rolls.
Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first, Agon?
I can go first.
Okay.
Do you want to call in a bond?
I already have one.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I did give you one, didn't I?
Not from you.
No? That was last one. Okay.
Strong-limbed Doman.
Just want you to do good.
We'll fight this.
Better than Jordan.
Bacon flavored
Oh,
doa.
I don't worry. I did not.
No, you didn't.
I did not do
Do
good.
that.
Aw.
12.
Aw.
That's
Well.
over 10.
That's still prevailing.
But he didn't
might-
beat you.
Oh,
What if I roll
I spent
shitty?
everything this
What if
time.
what if I roll really shitty, guys? It could happen.
Not that shitty.
Oh, it could happen.
It could happen.
I believe that it could happen.
I know Sarah's wishing that it'll happen.
No,
Me too.
no,
Okay, roll it.
I'm not wishing. I just know that I have been there.
Yeah.
Storm-eyed Kyria will use the insight of Hecate and her resolve, or her blood and valor, craft and reason. And I think that's all that I pulled for this one.
Okay.
Um,
Well, you still have the finale to roll, too,
yeah.
so.
I'm burning that advantage die. I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So that's 10, 8,
21.
and 3.
All right.
Damn.
Okay, Jolan. You, both of you prevail. You tell me how you. But you started off here.
So
What
I
are-
used the beauty of Aphrodite
Ooh.
by removing my top of the armor, releasing the abs.
I thought you were gonna say the first layer of skin that you ever
Yeah.
Top of my
And then I'm
skin.
taking the Pillar of Storms
Scab.
and slamming it down to the ground,
Ooh,
attempting
shit.
to electrocute everyone around me.
That's gonna work so good for what I was planning.
All right, and I think you do. And what is your follow up?
Kyria draws a sigil on the ground with the blood of a salamander and conjures flames into the hall
Okay.
to burn away the banners and heat the metal armor on all of the Golden Guard
Okay.
until it's
Did you know that if you heat up a human body enough, their brains will explode out of the back of their head? I can't believe I just
Yeah.
said that out loud. Why did I do that? I'm
Act-
sorry.
I can believe that. I can believe you said that out loud.
And
I've known you long enough.
she watches them start to fry crispy and try to remove their armor quickly,
All right. So,
giving themselves defenses.
10 glory, 5 glory.
Is that? Oh, it was 10. Damn.
Yes,
Only 10. Oh.
I mean, I guess I'll accept it.
You don't have anything bigger? All right, so because you won the clash, you get to decide what is at stake for the opponent in the finale. They may choose death, imprisonment, exile, a change of heart, eternal grief, and torment. And you also get to choose the domain of the clash, or the domain of the final contest.
Change of heart.
Death! Castration!
We haven't chosen death for anybody yet, and this guy really pisses me off.
But we know his mom.
Oh, that's right. We do know his mom.
And it might piss off Zeus again if we destroy someone who's trying to dedicate an island to us.
I mean, I'm fine with pissing off Zeus, but I also believe in
We
mercy.
probably don't want to piss him off twice in a row
Well,
if we can help it.
The leader is the person who ultimately
Oh,
decides,
hey! Change of heart.
okay. But it's also a good job of a leader to, like,
Hey, friends, who votes change of heart?
Yeah, she's not going to hear any of us out.
I was gonna say,
Go ahead, go ahead.
who votes change of heart? You're all wrong.
Anybody?
It's change of heart.
Anybody?
I think we
Bueller?
should drive him off.
Bueller?
I think we should drive him off of the island.
Exile?
That never ends well.
I don't care.
You know
Who is
what?
that ever ended well for?
No. Drive him off to live with his mother and learn what it's like to be unprivileged.
Yeah, we should force him onto
Can we
Ion.
do that?
So that he has to
Ooh.
farm
Okay.
the lands
All right.
and
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
He's just not allowed to rule anymore.
Can we put Kyla in charge?
yeah, I
Great.
think we,
What-
I think
what-
we can.
Yes.
I don't know if you didn't
This.
understand the part
Yeah.
of you decide what's at stake for the opponent.
These are the things I've decided.
Okay. That we as a group, and by we I mean I, have
Yeah.
decided.
So we
Um,
drive
so
him
what-
out of Soros.
So what is the contest to make this decision?
Yeah. I
Resolve in spirit.
I mean,
is what
Blood
would
Valor makes
recommend.
no sense.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
I feel like
So
this is
resolve in spirit.
resolve in
Yeah.
spirit.
Damn! Alright.
I know. It doesn't make sense though.
Yeah, I know. But you and I are both.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
All right. So let me set the strife. And so it seems like the stakes are Kyla is put in charge of Soros, while Vlacus goes with his mother Theodora
learn
to
humility.
Ion and works as a lowly farmer. And only once he has
Learned his lesson.
learned his lesson is he allowed to.
But at
Return.
the behest of Kyla. She needs
Well-
to make that call.
That's fair.
Okay.
I think he should also have to write an 8-page paper, single space, in Times New Greek.
I am an asshole.
Greek.
I am an asshole.
Once a year, Kyla weighs his
Soul.
dedication.
Yeah.
Well, not soul, but like his
Yeah.
dedication. Like
Weighs his
No,
duty
he
and see how bad it
because he has to
smells.
learn to be a farmer. He has to produce
Enough.
a certain amount of
Yeah.
food,
Okay. Yeah.
and
He has to
Yeah.
play Stardew Valley forever.
yeah.
I like that. That
Yeah.
feels very very
Greekian.
Greeky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is Greeky a word?
Yeah.
It's now a word. Okay.
Freakish?
Greek. No. Okay, we're gonna stop there.
Grecian is
Grecian.
the actual term.
Hey, there it is. There it is.
Greeky.
You and your actual words.
Hey, Pasiphae, you're at a D10 for your name die, right?
I am so.
Can I call in a bond, please?
You may.
Thank you.
Can I call on a bond Thalia?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I want a bond from Thalia too.
Here is some sparkly.
Bon bon.
I take
for,
You have to
glory
use that
Bon
one.
bon.
because
No,
you-
that's only if I assist without. Never mind.
Right.
Ignore me. I know.
Can I get a Polybi bond?
Yeah, pick what do you need? You need my name die?
Yes.
Which color do you
White,
like?
please.
White.
Because that helped Jordan a lot the other day.
So what's the strife?
The strife target
25.
is 12.
All right. Okay.
Alright.
And I resolve in spirit.
Thalia.
Taking a pathos because burn him while you got him.
What? And you're not going to necessarily lose any pathos when you fail. So, or if,
Burn 'em
I shouldn't
when
say
you got
when.
'em.
That's mean. If you fail,
I'm only gonna roll 4 die this time.
but they're all
D10s.
So, here's some designer inside juice while everybody puts their things together. The high in these type of games where dice are also ranks of skill and ability, the highest die type that you want is actually a D12, because if you go higher than that, the D20 is far too
Which
Min-max.
swingy to provide reliable results. So you want to have these dice, like it's easy. That's the dice that a lot of people jump to, and it's like you really want that range band to be 4 to 12. Like anything beyond that is way too goofy.
Like, why you don't roll the d20 for damage,
yeah,
basically.
that's another reason why. Because
You either murder them or blick.
or you caress them softly on the breastplate. And the hit point comes off of them just feeling weird.
It's psychic damage, right?
Yeah. It's psychic / horny damage. And okay. Declare your deeds. Let's see if you can.
I'll let
Again,
it rip.
the final
Yeah.
battle is not let's fight. It's now we are going to sit down and like
Now we'll sit down and chat.
yeah. Like this feels it's like Greek mythology, the next generation.
Storm-eyed Kyria with the assistance of her friend Thalia and utilizing her resolve in spirit, and that's it this time, is going to join this contest. And that is a 12.
All right.
I only got a 12, guys. There you go.
The
Congrats.
iron-minded Polybius, scion of Xanthos, and acolyte of Athena, will you get help from Thalia and use the insight of Hecate.
Okay.
$15.
Ooh, nice.
Lion-hearted Pasiphae, daughter of Hermes, has marked a mark of pathos to pull in her blood and valor, and is also bringing in the cunning of Hera in the form of divine favor.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
Really terrible.
That's
7.
a lot of ones.
Holy shit.
5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Whoa.
7.
Wow!
Wow.
Like, okay, that
For those
one,
at home,
I'm not
Connie
gonna
could
argue
almost-
with you. You should throw some of those in jail. Like, I know we give you a lot of crap, but that
For those at
Damn
home,
girl.
Tawny put almost her entire hand of dice in jail.
and because they literally all rolled 1s except like 2.
There was one
One.
die. There was
One die that did not roll a 1 out of her whole roll.
honey.
Like, wow, that
I
was
rolled a 7.
that was stanky.
So
Strong-lived Oman. Using his art and oration,
Ooh.
as well as help from Polybond. 10.
What are we trying to hit? 11?
12.
12.
Ooh, I
Right.
just hit 12. Fuck.
Thalia Heartforger brought in a bond from my brain's going dead because I'm really nervous about Pasiphae. I'm really worried about rolling, so I'm just gonna roll.
My die will
And-
probably get you a
Ooh.
1, so good luck.
Okay, so that's
I don't know. Would you be more upset if her died for
I
your
don't
die
know.
performed really
I
well
don't
for her?
know.
I feel like you'd be like, give me that back. That's my 8.
I rolled a 12.
yeah, shit, yeah, I rolled 18.
Whoa!
That's
Was
9
one of those
plus
mine?
6 plus
Yours are 9.
3. Yeah.
Fuck yes. It was my die.
Fuck yes, but too bad
Thank
you didn't
you.
It was
have
my die that helped me roll a 21
Just
earlier,
saying.
so.
Just saying. Just saying.
All right.
Everything else had to fail. At least this was here for
Who
me.
suffers?
I did.
I did.
Who prevails?
Polybius.
Who is best?
I was almost, and then
You
you.
were close.
Those who prevail
Sorry.
get 6 glory. Those who are best get. She who is best gets 12.
Those who failed get 1.
Those who get
Yep.
1. So, the two of you should figure out how you did not help.
I think so I also pulled in Blood and Valor. And so I think I tried to make an impassioned speech, and I was just slamming things around, and I was like,
might I suggest one thing?
sure.
I think you do make an impassioned speech, and you just hear King Vlacus muttering to himself, "Women."
Are you sure we can't die? Are you sure we can't kill
Slap him
him?
across the face, which does my argument no good.
Right.
Oh,
But I did it anyways.
are you sure
I
we
did
can't
what
kill
I
him?
did.
We can murder him still, right?
No.
I want to put on
You will
record.
come to appreciate the deeds of women. Slap.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do great stuff. In bed.
Dome.
And then
And that's
slapped
Doma.
Yep.
And then I slapped Domon.
That's how Domon fucked up.
So
I almost wouldn't put it past you that you failed on purpose just to make that.
God.
Who is the fool? The fool who talks, or the fool who lets him talk? All right. 12.
Seeing this argument, Kyria casts a spell of silence upon the king.
Upon the
Doman.
king.
Valkyros.
Vlacus.
Vlacus.
rhymes with Malakis.
On Valakis and his guard, so that they can't say shit.
Okay.
And so that everybody that actually can say something helpful can
Right.
talk.
like I'm not actually casting it on Pasiphae and Domon, but like if it like bounces off something and hits them.
Well, I'm gonna add a little flavor. I'm going to capture his voice and put it in a bottle.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Just so it's
Nice.
a little. He
Nice.
has a nice little clear bottle with a voice just bouncing around in there.
Bitch, you don't get to talk.
Yeah.
All right, Oblivious.
I turn to the king and I say, I was exiled from my homeland, and as a result of that, I've lived among the downtrodden. I have helped your people where you have not. Were it up to me, I would kill you right here, but it is not. Therefore, I only see fit that you live amongst them yourself, and work the fields as they do. And they probably won't accept you as one of their own. They might kill you themselves, and you might make it not even past one day, but I don't care.
I would like to use, since I am the keeper of the nightmare seeds, and I use that as my thing for my role.
Oh, okay.
See your fate, accept it, learn from it, and suffer as your people have. And I just put my hands to his forehead and make him see all of the suffering that he's had, all of the exact opposite of whatever he's had.
May I offer a suggestion?
Of course.
You pop the seed in his mouth and basically go,
Yeah.
and then he goes,
Yes.
and the worst part is, he can't scream.
Holla!
Tag team.
Jesus, that's creepy. as
Feel the
fuck.
helplessness of
Does that mean he works the whole year in silence, and the one day a year that they judge his harvest,
He is
can
allowed to
talk?
scream.
Yeah. Suffer as your
Yeah,
people.
that's
Yeah.
Greek. That's Greek as shit.
go-
Yeah.
Feel the
I can give
helplessness
bottle-
of
bottle
suffering
to
with
Kyla.
no voice.
Yep.
And I
There's a
hand
little
the
mermaid
bottle
there.
to Kyla.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And as
Yeah.
ooh, you guys.
That's
Would it-
super Greek. It's super Greek. It's super Greek. It's super Greeky.
Yeah.
Yow.
Okay, question for everybody. If we want to appease Zeus,
I don't care about
no, I know you don't care.
that.
But with the blood of fallen enemies that we created while asserting our authority
I mean,
upon the
theoretically,
throne-
we've already done that then.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean-
just saying, like, would that be...
We have a sacrifice that we're going to make to start off our voyage from here, so
Okay,
we can
yeah.
offer to Zeus.
I have an idea for how I would like this story to end.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think you punished that dude. Like I'm like. So-
that was more satisfying than just murdering.
Yeah, I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and, like, you get to judge people
Yeah,
after you've
yeah.
defeated them, and...
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. She's like, I am not merciful.
I'm a bad
I do
person.
not play these games to be nice.
Yeah,
No.
sometimes though in that game, if you are merciful, it comes back to bite you in the fucking ass.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been, like...
It has happened
And sometimes
thrice.
you want to get that bite.
So so we can talk about that when we talk about your panel, but we're going to head into our final session here where we talk about what happened after the heroes left the island and their voyage home and XP and all that good stuff. So please be sure to join us for the Exodus phase when we return. And we are back to the Exodus phase of our third episode of Agon 2nd Edition from Evil Hat Productions. The Exodus phase, this part of the show is where we talk about the fates of the island, we level up characters and all of that. Normally this is sort of an addendum to the rest of the show, but the game has a more involved kind of end game element to it, so we devote a little more time to that here. I mean, at the end of it, we'll still plug our stuff and you know, this, that, and the other thing, but normally we're like, after the third act, if you want to skip, you can skip, it's fine. But for this game, we found that it's it's still part of the game. So the first part of the Exodus phase is the destiny of the island. And I think the destiny of the island goes something like this. I think the final scene where the Scaphos crew is a part of the island is Kyla and Pasiphae watching as the former King Vlacus walking with Theodora back across the land bridge, and instead of the shining armor and high decoration and well-groomed horse, he is reduced to a simple toga and just walking with slumped shoulders as she walks with him and is basically like, so farming works like this. First, are you taking notes? Yeah.
You till the ground.
Yeah.
I truly
Tell
hope he
some
will
more.
reform.
I do as well, and she's holding the jar with the voice in it, and
She throws it in the ocean.
The Little Mermaid finds it.
Gives it to Ciceros.
No.
He is the caretaker after all.
He did.
She got
You know,
this. She got this.
I know.
She's got it.
She looks out and I don't. Do you have any advice for somebody who suddenly finds themselves the regent of 2 islands?
Be just.
Lead well, lead strong.
Use your judgment.
Don't fuck it up.
That too.
You already showed a compassionate spirit and the drive to do what's right. I think that'll be a strong move forward.
You know who you are. You know where you stand.
Honored
Let that
to be-
reason guide you.
When we first met, your conviction was to stay your hand as you had violated your duty.
Be careful with your duty. It sometimes smells.
I don't know many leaders who would do that. So
And
you
if
should
ever-
be fine.
If you ever think of the power getting to your head, you have the reminder in your hands.
And the
Sounds
camera
something like this.
it zooms in on the jar, and when it zooms back out, we see that Vlacus has brought his first harvest, and there is a scale where he dumps out a couple of shitty like radishes and potatoes, and I know that people that is not what is actually grown in but I'm.
Those are all grown at different times,
All
Rob. No, I don't know.
It's a role-playing game.
It's
Yeah, like-
We're not
imagination
farming.
podcast.
bits and pieces of the food that is grown, and the scale is set, and thump, he is not grown enough, and he throws his basket down in frustration, and you see him furiously mouthing a cursed tirade, and it flips to the next year, and he dumps his stuff out. Thump, and he curses everything out, and we go through a series of these moments where thump, 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 thump.
Look at Frosty go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And
Yeah.
the camera pulls back from the final weigh-in, where there is a bountiful harvest on one side, and that pulls the weights off of the edge, and we see that both Vlacus and Kyla have aged in the interim. She now has a couple of white streaks in her hair,
Like this.
and
I got that. It's awesome.
Vlacus, his eyes light up in joy, even though his fate, like, he has lived a rough life since being deposed. At least a decade of a hard life of a farmer, starting to learn to farm when he was already, older, a man grown. And Kyla hands him the jar. He pops open the top, and the mystical energy swirls up and swirls around his head, and he takes Kyla's hand and says, "I'm sorry." And then he falls to the ground. Dead.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's everything I wanted, Rob. Thank you.
But,
So,
but he
It-
did better.
It's
So?
a hard
Wow.
knock life of a ruckus.
So each hero player records a great deed from which their hero will remember, or a trophy that they seized in the adventure.
I think it's only fitting that I'm the people's champion.
Okay.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Now that would be.
Can I put on the Merciful?
Well, these aren't necessarily epithets. These are what deeds did you
The
do?
Mercy Giver?
Voice thief.
That's awesome.
Shutter of mouths.
Yeah, I was kind of tempted to do something like that, but I was like, Still trying to figure out how to rename my waking sleepers up thing. Anti-dreamer? I don't know.
I like it.
Anti-dreamer?
No, waking of the dreamer.
I guess that is a deed. I guess that makes more sense as a deed.
I got nothing.
Like I want to
The
do like
Queen Maker.
Okay.
Kyria, the silence
Ah,
dreams.
I don't like that either.
Okay.
Oh,
That kind of
that's
sounds like you're
the-
doing Mentos. Yeah.
First deed that I did was wake up that guy. So it's a little bit
we
separate.
could. I
So
want to do
this
something
could-
with like the giant.
You have a
Giant Tamer?
no. These aren't epithets. These are items.
Right.
So like you would have your voice catching
The
bottle,
fist of the
Yeah.
giant.
or I was thinking like a branch from his arm.
The branch of the giant.
Yeah.
Should I have
Giant's
the
branch.
slave chains then that they dropped as they were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
What did you do this episode?
Fell over a lot.
The flames of failure.
You take one of the burnt, like, apples or something from the pile that...
He has baked apples.
He has a torch that never expires.
At the end, didn't you use the storm with the Hydra, the harpy heads?
Mhm.
Can I take the blade of King Valakis?
Maybe Stormbringer? You can, well, because you used that up, didn't you?
Yeah, I use that item.
You have a potted plant.
Potted plant.
One of the plants you used to like sneak, you're like, this is a really nice rhododendron.
Yeah, he's gonna host the Greek between two ferns.
If we ever need a weight
my
to
God.
hold something down, he's like, wait! I have
I feel like we're laughing now, but I just
gonna find
know
a way.
there's going to be a moment where if only we had a pot. Oh my god!
Domon's like, this potted plant understands.
the potted plant of destiny,
The plant
is its name?
tiny.
the fern of fate,
The fern of
It has its own name. It hasn't told me yet.
Okay, alright.
the mystery potted plant.
Because I name all of my plants, so...
All right. Each hero player records legendary virtues for their hero. Let's start with our leader. What do you give them? Acumen, courage, grace, or passion?
passion. She was very passionate in her defense of Kyla throughout this entire.
I would say courage. Because she's all like, what up? Courage.
I say passion.
I'll go with courage.
All right, let's go to Domon. Acumen, courage, grace, and passion.
Grace?
Grace. I totally am doing Grace here. Just like the fact that he got away with using potted plants to get to
Get on there.
Soros.
I'm gonna say courage because it took some to remain on fire.
I'm going passion because you did everything you did in service of a goal. Very passionately.
Okay.
Not in-
And Thalia?
Grace, your call to Ciceros was very heartfelt and
He planted a tree.
yeah, that was like really good.
I'll say passion, but for the same reason, but different thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go Grace as well. Same.
Ethan?
I'll go passion.
All right. And Karia?
The tree's probably gonna F up that structure.
Yeah.
Acumen, because you fucking couldn't roll badly if you fucking tried.
I think courage.
My first courage.
You couldn't fail if you tried, so acumen.
I'm gonna say Grace.
All right.
And Polybius.
Courage. Standing up for the small people, quote unquote.
Passion.
Courage for the standing up for.
Wait, what did you say?
Courage.
That's 3 courage, 1 passion.
Okay. Does anybody plan on changing their epithet?
Nope.
I think Heart Forger still works.
I think I'm still good with Storm-Eyed.
Okay.
I'm slightly tempted to do toasted.
The fire-faced. Wait, what's that even?
Fire chested.
Fire.
The Burninator?
Well, then nothing's-
All right, now we move to the voyage phase of our end game. Each hero player asks one question to another hero. That player answers, and then both heroes take a bond with each other. Then the next hero player takes their own turn, strengthening bonds and asking a question of a player who has not yet been asked. Questions can include, what's one of your best memories of home? What did you think of the land that we were leaving? What do you yearn for? What do you fear? What drives you? What do you think of the gods? Let's start with our leader.
Doman, what is it that drives you?
The boat.
Doman only pawn in Game of Life.
God, I don't know.
That's why I said it to force Ethan to answer something besides that.
Aphrodite's chariot of love.
It's to be the best Doman I can.
Oh.
I want to hate your character so much. I just kind of can't.
But he's just such a mimbo, and we just love him.
You're like Rob Gronkowski.
Or the tick.
You're
Very tick. You're very
you are
ticky.
straight-
No, I think it's a Paul Walburton.
Paul Woolbutton.
Paul Woolbutton.
Oh man.
Paul Woolbutton.
Can we add Paul Woolbutton to the cast for the next session?
He can sit next to me.
Now starring Paul Woolbutton.
Oh man.
Okay, your turn to ask questions.
Yes.
Go for it. Ask Paul.
Polybius,
Don't forget to
Yes.
take a bond with each other.
Oh, yeah.
what is your opinion of the gods?
I only really favor Athena. The rest annoy me.
Thalia? Don't forget to
Does
take a...
Polybius have to ask a question?
Well, I'm just going to go around the...
Ew! I thought it was the person that got asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't have to be.
That's how we did it with... Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Pasiphae. What is it you're scared of?
I answered this last time.
Did you?
Maybe it's something. I fear not being enough.
Yeah, I feel like I may have asked you this question. Sorry.
No, you can review the tape. It'll be... You may fear more than one thing, even a brave hero like you. Karia.
Thalia.
Yeah.
Polybius.
Answer the question.
Yeah, the question is Polybius?
All right. Okay.
Maybe. Actually, I can do that. Thalia, what do you think of our group, of our heroes that we have here? Besides me, the true leader of Scuffles.
Oh, you mean Kyria's friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. No, I think everyone does
Kyria
well
and the
as a group
Pussycats.
to their strengths and works together well as a team, though some tempers could be tempered at times.
I wouldn't know as the most
Also, don't
calm-headed.
on what?
Yeah, I know.
Like, not to call anybody out, but I'm calling them out. Like, what?
Yeah.
So then I ask Kyria because
Mhm.
she's left.
Mhm.
What is the one thing out of all the things? What's the number one thing that drives you to get home?
I was a little similar on my last session answer, but
Oops.
no, it's fine. She asked me what I was waiting for at home.
Oh crap.
But this is different because the reason that I want to go home at all is to share with them the knowledge that I've gained about how things work in the world and share the insight that I've been trying to gain with the temples there and help them better worship their gods.
All right, it is time for the sacrifice. The hero with the greatest current glory leads a sacrifice to the gods to seek guidance and favor in their next trial.
That'd be me.
That would be
Oh.
I.
You were like 2 away.
From 80.
So, what do you sacrifice to the gods this time?
I think we took some of the harvest with us from the last group, and no, I think we followed Thalia's suggestion and took I'm gonna go with the armor of the guards that weren't repurposed.
Okay.
And we're going to use those as offerings to Zeus to show our glory
All right.
in making sure that he's properly something.
Each hero rolls in a contest of resolve and spirit against 11.
11.
And we can't add anything to this, correct?
I guess you could, because all of your pathos is gone.
Lo and behold, I fucking roll well. 13.
What are we trying to beat?
11.
11.
Oh, wait. That's a different dice now. Yeah.
I also got 13.
Oh, wait. Resolve in spirit. What the hell am I doing with my life? Okay.
Oh shit.
So, wait. Resolve spirit.
Oh, I didn't.
Am I
What am
doing
I
with my life?
doing?
I don't know.
I didn't grab a
Epithet,
D10?
name die,
Oh,
resolve.
I did. No,
Yeah.
I just sucked. Real bad. I
Aw.
got 7.
Will the circle be unbroken?
Probably not.
Okay, what'd you get?
13.
7.
9.
11.
13.
Okay. The target was 11. Who suffered?
I
do.
did.
Who prevailed?
I did.
did.
Who is best?
I guess we'll have to roll some name dice to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got a 10.
Yep. Doesn't matter.
So you gain 11 glory. You, each of you gain 6 glory, and then 1 glory for the fails.
It's fine.
Ooh,
The
29.
best
Yeah, I'm at 170.
The best hero gains 1 bond with Zeus.
I'll take it if you don't want it.
I mean, I'll fucking take it.
You all also gain divine favor with your own honored god.
And what happens when we pop that?
What? Tell me what god it is.
Hecate.
Just the one favor with them?
You gain 2.
2.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I went over that.
That's
Yep.
why I burnt both, because I thought we gained both.
I only burnt one of them because I wanted to
Pop
finally
it.
go over it one
Yeah.
time.
Oh, and what god did you do that with?
Athena.
So we've gained favor with Athena and Hecate.
I think we might.
No, you
Has
each
fulfilled the
gain gain favor with your honored god.
Right, because they popped, though. I mean, we put it on the... Sorry.
Yeah, on
vault.
the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
I popped with Aphrodite.
I bet you did.
I think we just filled Hecate's.
We did.
Hecate
constellation.
and actually Hecate, yeah. So,
So we.
I'm not doing so good with my boy Hermes.
when a constellation is filled, each hero records a bond with that deity. So you each have a bond with Hecate. I think that's it.
And
That's
if we max that out, that just means we only gain 1, and then something's added to the star. Or do we get to pick another god for?
It's just one,
Okay.
and that's more my rule, just to like
Okay.
keep, because I don't necessarily want to sit there and go like, oh, it's a good way to go. Okay, well, you earned favor, you didn't call on their help, and they're like, oh, good job, like
Mhm.
you know.
So last time and this time I went over with Athena. So does that mean I add 2 to this? To the chart?
Yes.
Should have added one last time.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Athena should be at 2. So Aphrodite should be at 2. Apollo should be at 1. Athena should be at 2. Hecate is full. Hephaestus is at 1. Hera is at 1. Hermes is at 1. And then Hermes and Zeus have divine wrath against.
I'm way off on all that.
And
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you say that all again?
no.
Okay.
Listen back. No.
Aphrodite is at 2. Apollo is at 1. Athena is at 2. Hecate is at 3. Hephaestus is at 1. Hera is at 1. Hermes is at 1. And then Hermes has 1 divine wrath. And Zeus has 2 divine wrath.
But we pissed him off still.
Yeah! He wanted that sweet island.
We didn't make Demeter happy.
You did make Demeter happy, so we'll give you 1 with
Just to
her.
make sure.
Okay,
Just to
thank
double
you.
check.
I was like, all of that work for naught. So let's choose not to piss off Zeus next time, guys.
I mean,
Does that mean we get 1 for Demeter?
probably impossible
Divine favor
without being
wise?
big
No.
dicks.
Okay.
We'll find out.
He's kind of a dick.
Maybe we just burn through all the Zeus islands.
I somehow doubt that. I feel like he's just gonna keep coming up because
Rob?
someone to my left is planning things.
Rob doesn't plan things.
Weird.
What are you
This
talking
is
about?
so weird, guys. I don't even do that stuff.
He only says
So
what's in
weird.
the book. He doesn't.
We have 1 for Hera and 2 for Hermes, correct?
Yeah.
In the vault of
No,
heaven?
one for Hera and 1 for Hermes.
Okay.
Oh right.
And we have none for Poseidon and none for Zeus. 2 divine wrath from Zeus.
Correct.
Okay.
Um.
All right.
Rough constellations, guys.
Well, this is actually timing out so that I think that we'll hit the final constellations at the end of our time with the game. So it's working out great for me. All right, and finally, we determine. So during the voyage, the sailors face a challenge which the heroes must overcome. Let's see. I think the ship is attacked by a giant shark.
Giant
shark. Giant shark.
Oh, man.
And the
No, it's Doman.
whoever is best in this challenge, the target is 9. Gets to be leader next time. So
What are we using?
blood and valor here, I think.
Valor and blood! I need another D8! They're all in jail!
Okay.
Alright. I feel like you've served your time, turquoise metal die.
Kyria will face this
Oh,
contest.
so what did we mark for divine favor? Sorry. It was
Hecate?
Hecate and Athena.
Hecate and Athena. So everybody gets a divine favor from Hecate and Athena.
Okay.
So if I'm already maxed out, yeah.
Yeah, you can't double.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried to do that.
And because Hecate is full, everybody gets a bond with that deity.
We did that.
We did that.
already.
We did
Yeah,
that.
we
Okay.
did do that.
I was like, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll at base level.
Same. Stormite Kyria, will you do this contest of blood and valor? Something or other. She's only rolling her base dice. That is God. 8.
Did you finally? The circle is unbroken.
I guess, yeah.
Uh-oh. She's out of gas.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Iron-minded Polybius will take on this challenge.
You got 2 weeks to get it back.
Maybe. Let's see if you guys can catch up to my
14.
lead first, okay?
Oh shit! All right, lion-hearted Pasiphae, daughter of Hermes, will take on this giant shark with a 10.
Okay.
I attempted to take on this giant shark with a 5.
Oh, Domo.
What was our goal?
9.
Okay, cool. I didn't at least.
I got a 10.
Nice, me too.
All right.
Yeah.
Way to be best.
So,
There we go.
those who suffer. How do you suffer in this battle?
So, go ahead, Domo. You would suffer worse than I
So
did.
my plan was I tied a rope around my waist and I tried to jump in the water after the shark.
Oh, dumb.
And I ended up just being dragged behind the boat on a rope for a while.
Was the rope too short too? So like you missed the shark and then like
Just swung into the side of the boat.
and drug along.
First, he was on fire. Then
No,
he
no,
really
it's-
down.
I tried to gather and help Domon, but the spikes for my chain accidentally severed the rope. So I had to jump in after him in my armor to try to get him back into
And then
the
they
boat.
both sunk because armor is heavy.
And we died.
And I had the chain stuck, so we're kind of just sort of stuck.
And my new
And
character.
nobody can pull us back up because the chain is spiked. So we're kind of just at an impasse.
Demona.
The two of you. So Sarah,
Yes.
how do you help fight the shark?
I will actually, when the shark comes out and I can see its nose, I will take my shield and whack it on the nose.
All right.
In
Good
order
move.
In order to,
I think I aim the cannons at it. They don't have cannons. What am I talking about? Never mind.
Ballista?
That
Yeah.
wasn't really a thing yet.
They're like
Ballista?
spears.
Ballista. A
Yeah.
ballista. I aim a ballista at it
Harpoon.
and catch like its tail.
I simply walk up to the side of the boat where the shark is and throw my spear as though it was a harpoon.
All right.
Is it a white whale?
No, it was a shark. Giant shark.
It's a
Do.
white shark.
White shark?
So that means
Was
that
it
you
great
get to
and
pick
white?
who is going to be leader next time.
Me!
All
Actually, I'm
right.
tempted to choose you.
It might be a good idea to choose.
I'm gonna choose Domon.
All right.
Well, damn.
awesome.
You mean
You're gonna have to do shit.
Dome?
I do shit all the time.
Right,
But you
He-
I'm trying to make
he
it
doesn't- he just doesn't do it successfully. All right, folks. We'd like to thank everybody for coming out to watch us play.
Do we get glory for that last thing?
Oh.
No, the last thing you don't get.
Yeah,
I
we'll
thought I
erase
might
that.
catch up because Jordan would have only gotten one for failing.
You're never gonna catch up to me. Just put that to rest
Hey,
now.
hey, we're getting there.
So we'd like to thank everybody for coming out to watching us play Agon 2nd Edition. We'll be back in 2 weeks on Twitch to play our 4th episode. We also are going to be dropping episodes on VOD and podcasts on Fridays. So check out your favorite podcatcher when that happens. We're going to be playing this through the middle of next month. And then we're going to be 2 more episodes of this, and then we're doing a one-shot of Zweihander,
So
which is a grim and perilous RPG. Then we're moving on to Masks Season 2, where you're going to get to see some fabulous stuff happening there. And we're also going to be doing some live shows where we're going to be playing the classic Ghostbusters West End Games RPG. Stay tuned to our socials for more information on where you can come see us live, including at least one venue where not only will you be able to see us live, but you will also be able to help us raise money for charity, which I know a lot of people love doing. Until next time, this is
Tawny P. Thompson.
Ethan Ixon Anderson.
Sarah Babe.
Jordan Fishburne.
Iron-minded Tony Cheek.
As always, our Lord of the Board,
Brad Davies.
for all of us here at Theater of the Mind Players. This is Rob Whelan saying, just repeat to yourself, it's only a game. I should really just relax. Come see us at C2E2 too.
Now for couples therapy with Tawny and Jordan.
Yeah.